think I should be okay. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. I've been waiting here for days. You say don't go, don't go, don't go. Girl, I think you're such a mess. Don't text back, 'cause I know what's next. Before you go, I gotta get this off my chest. But you're blind to the lessons I learned. Oh, to the lessons I learned. I don't know how to feel, how to feel, how to feel. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Tell me, are you for real? You for real? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Let's go, let's go. I don't know, no, I don't know. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Just lose yourself inside the sound. There's so much that I figured out, but you won't know unless I tell you. If I could, I just would expel you. So let's go, in case we die tomorrow.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Gorilla Biscuits. Good morning to Cody. Gorilla Biscuit says, you're going through it lately, huh? Maybe. I don't know. I feel okay. I feel okay. Oh, Umbreon heard his name. Yeah? We talking about you? Are we talking about you, sir? Come here. Come here. There's my boy. There's my little guy. I'm doing okay. Am I going through it? This is old. I made all these songs like months ago. I guess that one was kind of a sad one. I just liked the title was "Let's Go," so I was like, "Oh, we're hopping on, we're going." But yeah, I guess that was kind of a sad one, a little sad. Yeah, I'm doing well. I hope you are. I hope you're all doing well, also. Let's see. I've been upgrading this whole interface that we have here. Let me maybe play around with that a little bit, show you guys what I'm talking about here. So let's see, we have a whole bunch of new stuff. We have like I set up some mini games that I can play with the chat, that you can play from the chat rather. So I'm gonna test them out. We have a boss. So I'm gonna play the demo first. So we beat up Umbreon, which is terrifying. Gorilla Biscuit says, I am another glorious day the Lord has made. Love that for you, King. Oh no, he's sad he got beat up. I know. Poor baby boy. There's like a tug of war game where it's like pulling the chat, like you guys can pull this to the left and the right. I think I can change the different, like I can change what the keywords are to make this work also. What? What do you even want? You don't even know. I'm gonna take off your harness, okay? And Cody says, been up too many hours already since 12:30 a.m. Yeah, I've been up for quite a while as well. Oh, poor little Umbreon. The poor boy, he's so tortured. Oh, is this what he wants? Huh? Is this what he wants? He wants his toy? Oh my goodness, he wants it so bad. He's freaking out. Okay. Here you go. You ready? Go get it. Maybe I can distract him a little bit with that. Yeah, Nakota, you're going to turn into a pumpkin. You got to see. I say as someone who's, hey, left wins based. There's a race. It's like an emoji race. Let me run the demo for this one. So I think in theory, the way this works is you do like exclamation point race and then an emoji. Right now it's just these emojis, but I think I can customize that. I haven't really tested this out too much. Maybe we'll get around to that at some point. What now? Come get it. You want it? Oh yeah, I didn't do the thing. So it is Sunday, September 14th, 2025. You're watching the most radical stream on the internet, in my opinion. Let's see. Make sure you like the stream on your way in. Very important. Very important to like the stream. It is fundamental. Do you have to have Nitro for your emojis to work on Discord, like when you make a server? I don't think so. I think you need Nitro for them to work in other servers. But if you're in my server, I've only set up a couple emojis in my server, like the radical one. But I think the baby Umbreon and stuff I can add as well. I just haven't done it yet. So you should be able to do that. And Cody says, let's make it a good day and week, one day at a time. So true. So true. I think we got a good shot at doing that. I think we got good days coming up, okay? There's a lot to dwell on. There's a lot of bad stuff in the world. There's a lot of bad news. I think all the Kirk stuff really, frankly, kind of overshadowed a lot of other things going on. Not least of all, like, other shootings that happened, but that's all. And, the drones, Russia sending drones into Poland, among other international events that are quite scary, but that is perhaps neither here nor there. I was thinking maybe we could do a happier stream. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll get into the weeds. Not 100% sure yet. I kind of like. I've kind of really enjoyed these morning streams where I just go live and I just kind of hear what you all have on your minds and we can parse it in real time. I think that's fun. How have you guys been enjoying these? Seems like you keep coming back, so I assume that's a good sign. Maybe we could throw on some there was the Fox News host who called. This is not good news, of course, but there was the Fox News host calling for like homeless people to be euthanized, which was crazy, and he gives like the most lukewarm apology. Have you guys heard about this? Let me see if I can find I think Adam Mockler did a video that I saved. Gorilla Biscuit says, I liked when you went to the No Kings protest. You should do more of that. Not a protest, but taking Umbi for a walk and talk. That's a good idea. Yeah. I was thinking about that. Because I take him on his daily walks, and sometimes I think about like live streaming them, but I don't know. I think if I do that, I want to go on walks like less close to home, just to avoid getting close doxing and stuff. Gonna get some brekkie. Enjoy your brekkie. Saw that right on Edward's channel. Who's Edward? Should I know Edward? Hey, you're already causing a scene. If I let you out, are you gonna go poop in the hallway? I think you probably are, but you better not. Let's see, he might be a hallway pooper. We'll have to handle him. So let's see, we've got Glitchin says, super failure of a streaming schedule. I have to actually wake up at a decent hour to watch you now. Fair enough. Well, I'll try to do some more evening streams. I mean tonight, I don't know if we're still doing the uncomfortable Bible study thing with Vibe. I want to enjoy those. I'm gonna be honest. I find them kind of boring. Maybe it's because I'm too close to Satan or whatever. we go. We have Adam Mockler covering this. Speed it up just a little bit.
Moment that Fox News host Brian Kilmeade was forced to give a weak apology live on air after making disturbing remarks about homeless people throughout America. Now, multiple days back, Brian Kilmeade said that homeless people should face, quote, involuntary lethal injection or just be killed.
He says it so casually too. It's actually crazy. I still can't believe it. Like it just like it feels like where did that come from? Like, is this like the new? Are they? Is this what we're gonna have to deal with now? Like is this like the new talking point?
Killed. Now, even his Fox News co-hosts were stunned in the moment, but this largely flew under the radar until people online began to place a lot of pressure. The Adam Mockler channel, we place pressure. The Midas Touch Network placed pressure further. I think Fox News should, at the very minimum, fire Brian Kilmeade. While they're at it, they need to fire Jesse Waters because these Fox News hosts need to be able to connect the dots in their minds. Connect the dots between the insane and
frankly, I agree. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's like wishful thinking. But like, I mean, we just had this MSNBC host or whatever that was fired for literally just describing things that Charlie Kirk said and did, and now we have like pretty literal explicit calls to eradicate homeless people. Like it's absolutely insane. How much do you like the person you do the Bible study with? I don't dislike Vibe. We're not like best friends or anything, but he's a nice guy. Go just because I can make that Bible study content, but they would probably never talk to you again. Well, I mean, like I try to be, I try to give pushback. It's just I feel like it's oh, Keith Edwards, yeah. Keith Edwards, I'm sure covered it as well. Keith Edwards has been doing good. I like his channel a lot. But with the Bible study stuff, I don't know. I feel like what Vibe is aiming for in what he wants the content to be, is a lot more. I don't know. We lean a little bit too far into the lecturing than the discussion, and I feel like it's probably really fascinating for people who have a background in a lot of that stuff, but like for me it's like there's so much that I just have it feels like there's just too many pieces that I'm like unfamiliar with that it's hard for me to kind of form a coherent picture of what's going on in the conversation. And I'm like, well, I kind of want to have like more abstract conversations about the implications of what we're talking about here, but it seems like that's not. I mean he does like that, and I think Flo does that, but it's just not a lot of the content in my experience. Coach says you can probably give pushback. No, I do. I used to be a pastor's kid. I could crumble the foundations of their faith. Maybe. I mean, I was like a little Mormon kid. I was baptized. I was saved. What a weird flex. All right.
Inflammatory rhetoric they use live on air in front of millions of Americans, and some sort of consequences for their actions, like being fired from their job. And honestly, it's just applying the same.
Which, by the way, is what they're doing right now to hundreds and hundreds of people. They're doxing and calling the workplaces up and trying to get them all fired because they're not sufficiently grieving Charlie Kirk, which is fucking insane.
Standard to both sides. Just a few days ago, we saw an MSNBC host get fired. Matthew Dowd instantly got fired by MSNBC over his Charlie Kirk remarks, essentially just saying that if you are a hateful person, you will receive hate back. After this, we have seen hundreds of more left-leaning people get fired from their jobs, and nobody has said anything nearly as bad as what Brian Kilmeade said to millions of Americans live on air in this clip right here. This was the one that happened a few days ago, the original clip.
Billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection.
Yeah. Or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail.
Here he goes. He's like, well, maybe.
The way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something.
Involuntary lethal injection, he says. And then he goes, just kill them, watch.
Kill them.
Yeah, Brian, why did it have to get to this?
That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill them.
Yeah, Brian, why did it have to
just kill him? He literally goes, just kill him. It's fucking insane, dude. This is just like Fox fucking What is going on? What is going on? Is this... Michael says, this is why I keep playing the self-employed game and keep a large volume of clients so you're never attached. Yeah, no, that's wise, I think. Just absolutely, what an unhinged comment.
Have to get to this point.
Right.
Or involuntary lethal injection. He says it with such callousness and coldness. And there's even a moment where I think his co-host, Lawrence Jones, begins to agree. This is how I read it. He begins to agree that
He doesn't just begin to agree, he goes, yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know about Adam's read here. I think he's just like, yeah, totally.
and he reels himself back once he hears what Brian Kilmeade says. Listen to it again.
Be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill
Yeah,
him.
Brian, why did it have to get to this point?
That is absolutely
Yep. He's like, yeah, then he looks down. Yeah, okay, fair enough. He like looks down, he's like, but he says yes. He just agrees with him like right straight up.
Has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill
Yeah. Yeah. Or involuntary lethal injection. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Brian, why did it have to get to this point?
That is absolutely absurd, and the consequences have not met what he said. He should be fired for this. Instead, he gets this weak scripted apology where they actually promote his 10 p.m. show at the bottom. If you read the Chiron, which is at the bottom of the screen, it says One Nation with Brian Kilmeade tonight at 10 p.m. So they're just promoting his show in his apology. This is weak, and Fox News continues to divide the country. As I said, I've seen person after person after...
I feel like if we're being honest, like, even if like some MSNBC hosts said the exact same thing, like actually just said like, oh, maybe we should do involuntary lethal injections for homeless people or whatever. I feel like they would suddenly, like, the outrage machine would start running. Like, they'd be like, we got to fire this person. How Democrats want to kill homeless people. Like, that's what they'd be saying. They'd be saying that's exactly what they would do. But when it's this guy, it's like, well, I'm going to give this half-ass apology and promote my show.
Person after person and get fired or canceled by the right for comments that they made about Charlie Kirk. Yet Brian Kilmeade's allowed to go on air and just say this. This is the problem with the double standards. You know, a few weeks ago, I posted a video about Donald Trump essentially declaring war on Chicago. He posted an AI image of Chicago under attack from the Department of War. And I titled the video, Trump Declares War on Chicago, something to that effect. Now, right-wingers were trying to cancel me online by saying that I was being divisive, that I shouldn't say...
Not only did he... It doesn't... Let's see. Donald Trump, I'll show... Or... What is it? Chicago will see why it's called the Department of War. I'm pretty sure this is what he said.
We're joined.
Here it is. So this is Donald Trump posting this truth that says, I love the smell of deportations in the morning. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. But Adam is divisive for reporting on that, for reporting on him saying this, basically. Stop being so divisive. Stop telling people the president's declaring war on Chicago while the president declares war on Chicago. That's insane. Glitchin says, my bosses are Somalian and self-proclaimed pirates. They hold no loyalty to any country or political party, and I thought they were joking at first. I gotta be honest, I'm seeing the light. Apparently, Gorilla Biscuit says, apparently you can't talk about solutions if they're final with it. Well, yeah, probably. Which is fine. I don't think we don't need the phrase final solution running around rampant.
Trump is declaring war. I was like, guys, do you just not want me to cover his actual words? So now me covering the words of the president is more divisive than what the president is saying. And if we apply that same framework here, the clip I just played, they call for involuntary lethal injection. That is actual fascist stuff. That is what they do in fascist regimes. That's not a word that I throw around willy-nilly. I'm not somebody that calls people fascist. I don't think that's generally productive in a conversation. But involuntary lethal injection or forced injection of people who are homeless or vulnerable is literally what they do in fascist regimes. But me calling that out is going to be twisted as divisive in some way because I'm using the word fascist. You see the double standards here? They can say the insane stuff live on air, but when we call it out, they claim that we are the divisive ones. Let me play this clip. clip of Brian
we'll watch his apology. I'm not gonna watch
for the
this
comments
whole
that he
video,
made multiple
but-
days back.
And it actually happened when we were together on Wednesday, Lawrence. In the morning, we were discussing the murder of Irina Zaruska in Charlotte, North Carolina, and how to stop these kinds of attacks by homeless, mentally ill assailants, including institutionalizing or jailing such people so they cannot attack again. Now, during that discussion, I wrongly said they should get lethal injections. I apologize for that extremely callous remark. I'm obviously aware that not all mentally ill homeless people act as the perpetrator did in North Carolina, and that so many homeless people deserve our empathy and compassion. Lawrence.
Yeah, sure you do, buddy. Sure you do. Does anyone believe that? Does anyone believe like this guy? He's not just like talking out of his ass to cut, like, or trying to cover his ass. Like he didn't fucking hesitate for a second when he said that, right? Like, can we?
Right.
Or
Give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
or involuntary lethal injection
Yep.
or something. I just kill him.
Yeah, Brian, why did it have to
Just kill him, he said. Just kill him. Doesn't skip a beat. Just kill him, he says. Doesn't even think about it. Anyway. Fun stuff. We love Fox News here. No one loves Fox News more than me. Michael says, glitch, literally how I operate. I always say I'm a libertarian person with conservative values, but I hate all politicians and the government as a whole. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people like this. I feel like this kind of like I think it's fine to be like suspicious of the government, but the whole like I hate all politicians are evil, maniacal, supervillains. Like I think it's kind of I don't know. I feel like it's kind of reductive. Glitchin says, I love my bosses. Dudes are strictly money minded and pay on demand. Fair enough. Anyway, so that's fun. Good stuff there, right? What else is going on? Let's do a little bit of vibe coding to clear the air. Oh, not guided learning. Zero Major says, don't political dissidents get diagnosed with mental illness and stashed in institutions in fascisty countries? Sup, Ryan? Yes, they sure do, Zero Major. They sure do. Which, by the way, I mean, think about what they're right now. The right has been, forming this narrative that all trans people are violent maniacs who are ticking time bombs, and they basically are suggesting they shouldn't be allowed to own firearms. Well, how do you think they're going to start enforcing that? It's not that all politicians are this; it's that politics makes you this. Sure, to some degree. Glitchin says, you go in to fight swamp monsters and end up being a swamp monster. I mean, like, I think there is something to that about the like power corrupting people, but again, it just feels like we can take a deeper look. I feel like there's just more to the story, you know? By the way, we're slowly raising funds for DebateCon. If you look at the goal, all we're looking for is right now is one super chat, any color super chat. We're just trying to get the ball rolling on DebateCon funding so I can go to DebateCon. Other ways to support the channel, you can get Radical Coder channel memberships. Unlock all these sick emotes, the best emotes in the game, the most radical emotes. Zero says, no, so the trans phenomenon is grossly misunderstood by the majority of people outside the science world. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And it's like intention, like they are all, I mean, there's a lot of like doubling down on making the misunderstanding become like the standard. Oh, yeah? You guys hear that? Umbreon wants to come back. You guys want to see Umbreon? Hey, baby boy. Did you poop in the hallway? I'm gonna check if you poop in the hallway. Let's see. You're a hallway pooper. You're a hallway pooper. Come here. Give me a second, guys. Why did you do this? Okay, Umbreon is in timeout for pooping in the hallway. W Umbreon. It was W. It would have been W Umbreon if he hadn't pooped in the hallway. Glitch says, I'm very all the King's Men pilled. If you've seen that old movie or read the book. I don't think I have. What are you doing? You're a hallway pooper. You're in trouble. You're in trouble right now. Alright. Chat. Shame this hallway pooper. Shame him. Zero says, except in cases of actual weirdos, I'm quite convinced it's not a mental illness. Neurology and the nervous system and still heavily studied. No, it's a huge W. It was actually kind of a tiny W. It was a tiny poop. It's not like it wasn't a major, you know. It's not the biggest poop he's ever dropped. One of his smaller accidents. But it's not an accident. He goes there intentionally. Don't you go in that hallway intentionally. Nasty dog. What's on your lips? What have you been eating? Is it just water? Doofy dog. What are we going to do with him? Alright. Build a 3D... We're just jumping into something crazy now. Build a 3D rendering of a Rubik's Cube. Make it fully operational and controllable using arrow keys or mapping letters or something. Intuitive and control and yeah, intuitive's good. It should be a single file HTML5 app. Use whatever CDNs you deem appropriate. Make it fun. He's asserting dominance over you, Ryan. Yeah, it sure seems like it. Dominant dog. Oh, speaking of dogs. Hey, Dalmatian dog. How was your stream today? Zero says, it's those who are absolutely sure they are certain on what maleness and femaleness on the self-perceptory level that seek to play God. Sure. He's showing you who wears the pants in the family. It's the weenie. It's this little weenie dog. Yeah? What is wrong with you? How dare you? God, he's too cute. I can't even be like a little bit mad, honestly. We have 3 minutes for the DebateCon goal. It's all over. I will be banned from DebateCon if we don't reach that goal. It's all over if you guys don't help me out. Uh-oh. We got a bugged Rubik's Cube already. What happened? We hit scramble and it immediately breaks. Let's see. Oh, boo-hoo. Maybe that's what you get, huh? I love this dog too. They really gave me... I really got the best dog, right? Even though he poops in the hallway sometimes. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? He's just the sweetest boy. I can't stay mad at you, weenie. But I want to be. Clicking scramble. Oh, boohoo. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. Clicking scramble does one turn and then the cube freezes like so. Question mark? He really is adorable without being annoying. I mean, he's pretty annoying. He is pretty annoying. Like, some streams, he just whines the entire time. You know, it'd be really cool. This is actually a Bluetooth cube. So, in theory, if I could figure out how to connect all the pieces, I could, in theory, map this cube to like a web app that we have like on stream. and I'll show you. Actually, I have a mobile app where I can actually do that sort of. It's pretty fun to watch. But let me solve this first while it goes. Nakoti says, DebateCon? Is that the IRL debate thing? They still doing that? I believe so. I don't think it's been canceled in the wake of, you know, like, at least I mean, I haven't heard anything about that. I know it's hosted by Modern Day Debate. I don't know if I'm actually going to the Modern Day Debate part, but I thought it'd be fun to go hang out with people. At least in theory. Now we just got a white screen. Hey, Sevens Pattern. I'm sorry, I haven't checked out your stuff yet, Sevens Pattern. I hope you're doing well, though. Rip the goal. We'll just start another one. Fuck it. DebateCon fundraising. And Umbreon treats. Maybe that'll help. Gorilla Biscuit says, I was going to go until, you know, yeah, I don't blame people who are less likely to go now. I mean, I've thought about it, especially with, yeah, there are a lot of people in the spheres who are currently, like, I mean, I talked about this extensively yesterday, but there are a lot of people, like, straight up just, like, lying on my name like crazy, like, saying, like, that I'm like, justifying what happened, a bunch of other, like, disgusting things that I've been so clear about. It's kind of upsetting, to be honest. But no, it happened again. Why does that happen? Let's see, any console errors? The scramble issue still happens. It does one turn, then the cube goes flat. All the lines between pieces disappear. No error messages. Try something different. We can look at the code too. Let's see what's going on here. Look at all that CSS. Oh, let's watch it go. Excuse you, sir. So it's the scramble button. All the orbit controls are nice. They work really well. Okay, let's see though. Camera works fine. The renderer works fine. The lighting looks good. I mean, the colors could be maybe a little brighter. Obviously, create cube's working. Rotate face seems to work once. Maybe we should try the scramble. Like, if it still doesn't work, we can test it by, like, manually scrambling a little bit. That might help. Let's see, preview. Okay, scramble. Nope, still breaking. So, but can I do... Yeah, even doing one rotation still causes the same error or same issue. But let's look at the code a little bit. Animate, get face color on QB, check win, reset cube, perform next move. Maybe it's something happening here. Well, it can't just be scramble cube because it's happening even if I just do a manual turn. On key down, rotate face. Where's the rotate face function? Okay, it's this whole thing. If is rotating, we just return. Maybe it has something to do with that. We'll see. Ryan, you're not a complete F slur, but I appreciate that from Bumbly, but again, I don't like that, so I'm gonna remove it. Dalmatian Duck says, Coder, are you on any medication? Yeah, I heard you talking about like medication stuff earlier. I take Prozac sometimes. It's kind of a newer thing. I've started taking. But and I found that it's kind of it's good for like mood stabilizing. I don't know long term how I felt about it. I used to take Adderall. I don't have I just don't have any. I'm out. And I don't have the cash to spare to do it, to spend on my like medication right now, so I just don't take Adderall. I'm just raw dogging life, raw dogging ADHD, which kind of sucks, to be honest. Oh, okay, at least we got a real error now. D-Dog, have you like talked to like a therapist or something, like, or a psychiatrist? I feel like that would probably be. I'm sure you and Ava talked about that. You said you talked to Ava recently, right? Couldn't hurt. I mean, I guess in theory, a worst case scenario could hurt, but it also could help a lot. So, your negative thoughts 24/7. Yeah, I can't. Thankfully, God bless. I can't relate to that. I've always been very lucky to have like a pretty positive, I guess, baseline. I think it partially because my ADHD makes me like so. It's so easy for me to live like in the moment, like just doing whatever is going on. I don't have time. I don't have the attention span to dwell. You know what I mean? Hey Reza, how you doing, buddy? Interesting. Look at that. Wait, I wonder if now... Interesting. Okay, it still turns now. That's actually cool. Okay, wait, is the scramble going to work now? Oh, look at that! It's interesting that the sides kind of shrink, but it actually scrambled fine. It's kind of cute. Reset. Beautiful. Clean. When I turn aside... Okay, it works now. But when I turn aside... the QBs seem to, I don't know, shrink. Like the top row here. Let's go D-Dog. So true. So true. Yeah, I'm like I said, like, I mean, I'm thankful. I don't know what that's like, you know. I mean, I've had people in my life who've struggled with stuff like that. I consider myself very lucky that I've just always been able to not like be incredibly hard on myself constantly, I guess. You know, I'll go through like I like second guess myself a lot, I guess, but it's more like it's more like just like the way I process information, where I'm like, wait, is this true? I don't know. I'm like checking my priors and stuff constantly, but that's like the worst of it. You're coding with AI? Yeah, basically. I'm basically letting AI do the coding. I mean, I'm looking at the code a little bit, but... Nicody says, I came across a channel on my sleepless night that was trying to connect the CW shooter to... are you saying the CK shooter? To AOC and her ideology. Never heard her say one thing about violence ever. Yeah, that's fucking insane. I mean, there are, like, what's the... Do I even have it on here still? Let me see. Oh, I don't have a good version of it anymore. But the like all those quotes, like there were people like calling to like high profile Republican pundits and activists and stuff who were literally saying like, oh, the Democratic, this was all the day of, like saying that like the Democratic Party, like, and all organizations that are democratically, they're all like terrorist organizations and stuff. It's absolutely unhinged. If life gives you lemons, that's right. That's right. If life gives you lemons, throw them back. mean, AOC, really, like AOC? That's what we're going with. Like AOC is the radical leftist calling people to violence. I don't. How are we even supposed to take these people seriously at this point? Interesting. It worked a little bit better this time. Let's see. D, R, B, F. I actually kind of like this version of it. Cody says, I really don't want to give any credit to that channel at all, so not going to put it in chat. Yeah, that's fine. I've seen some, I saved like quite a few videos of people covering that are, there's this one guy called himself like body language expert or something. He has like almost 1 million subs and he's like doing super, super insane propaganda. But he does it like with this like professional aesthetic. It's super, super disturbing. I wonder if anyone knows the channel I'm referring to. I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the people trying to do shit like that. We should do some background music, right, guys? Maybe like a little bit of lo-fi beats or whatever. Just a little bit of background music. I could put comments later in time where it was said and you could delete comment afterwards. Yeah, sure. Appreciate that. Okay, this is better. Still slightly shrinking, but it's manageable. Let's add a toggler or drop down or something to swap between 2x2 and 3x3. So now the goal that I want is to be able, and let me know how the audio, how that beat is compared to my voice. But the goal should be to have a 2x2 that we can swap to, and a 3x3. And then if that all works, then we'll switch to like 4x4 and so on and so on. We'll see how big we can go. What else is on your minds? What y'all thinking about? It needs to be very slightly lower. Okay. Like that. Is that good? I kind of want it to just be like barely in the background. Look at that. Oh no. So 2x2 mode kind of works. But look how it's like, it like exploded. At least when I reset it, it goes back. Is 3x3 going to be interesting? Is it good now? Okay. How you doing, Rizza? Good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Polygraphs is cheating enabled. That's right. Well, I mean, I think I've proven time and time again that I can solve it without buttons. So, you know. Oh, actually, let me see if I can open this up. WCU, that's what it's called. I think even I could solve a 2x2. You think so, Rizzo? I wouldn't be so sure. It's a little bit more complicated than you probably think. I used to be able to solve the 2x2 in like 6 seconds or so. Like I used to be able to do it in under 10 seconds. But like there is still a process to it. You still have to know the algorithms. You can't just like, I mean, I guess in theory you could logic it out, but it probably would take some time. By the way, make sure you like the stream. We got more viewers than likes right now. It's very, very disturbing to see. super unappreciative with all the Umbreon's done for you all. Can you imagine? Never got into these, but Yo-Yo was fun. I used to have a Yo-Yo. I used to fuck with Yo-Yo. I feel that. Oh, interesting. Maybe the battery's dead on this? Let me see. I need to charge it. No, it looks like it's good. Let's see. Connect. Okay. Now let me switch my... I'm going to add a new feed here, which is iPhone mirroring. What happened? Sorry guys, give me just a second here. Maybe the battery really is low. I'm gonna let it charge for a bit, and we'll try that again later. Like that stereogram artwork. Stereogram artwork. The cube lost to the bin. Tragic, tragic. It'd be like that sometimes. The Cody says, I never solved a cube in my life. The cube looked at me and laughed, so the trash it went. Who's laughing now, cube? Rip. Smart cube's tight, dude. It's cool. I mean, look. I got a little sticker. Cute little sticker. Umbreon, move. Let's get a... We got 5x5. It's fun. Pretty sure that's how Portal was created. What do you mean? Oh no, it's playing someone else's music? No, I don't wanna. Go back to mine. CS timer. Yeah, well, I think we'll do a little bit of just chilling, chatting, and solving these cubes and shit, and then I'll maybe dive into some news, some responses to the recent events, and give some takes, give some spicy takes, maybe even a little bit. Nothing too crazy. We'll see. Maybe I'll lose my mind. You never know. So right now I'm following the scramble on screen. Bless you, Umbreon. This is probably gonna take me like 6 minutes to solve, so. There we go. You're gonna stay for a spicy take? I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna give anything super spicy. You don't have to hang out, but you should. Thank you for the thumb up, Rez. I appreciate you. The game Portal has a cube. Oh, yeah, true. I'll get out ahead of that and just say this. I'm keeping an eye on the leftists to keep talking about Kirk. Haha, JK. but sort of interesting to see what topics everybody chooses to talk about going forward. Josh says, 30 hours of labor. Got to welcome my second son just before midnight. Oh, congratulations, Josh. That's awesome. That's huge, man. Good for you. Wholesome news. Good to hear some wholesome news in the world, you know? 30 hours of labor. Oof. Couldn't be me. Alright, let's see how long it takes me to solve this thing. I think they were talking about the Puzzler Cube in the film Hellraiser. I think they were talking about the... Oh, no, or I thought you were talking about the Portal... Someone was talking about the Portal Cube. I don't know. I don't know nothing. I'm literally just a guy, if you can believe it. Alright, we got white side and yellow side. Got the center solved. Moving on to the sides here. Got the red side. Working on that green side right now. So we got the red center, green center. Alright, looks like all the centers are now solved. So now we gotta work on the sides. This part's one of the slower parts, I think. But it's still fun. I'll read all your messages in a second. So keep on pumping the chat with messages. Pump it up. Give me lots to respond to. Questions, comments, concerns, fighting words, whatever you got. Whatever you got, really. Maybe we'll even take some call-ins later. I keep teasing that whenever people come in and they ask me if they can call in. I'm always like, not right now. But I think today I might open up the phone lines, as it were. Or just like open up a panel in a little bit. So stay tuned if you want to come chat. Alright, so we got this hole. All these sides are done. Guess I need to work on my stream of consciousness, right? Just to be able to sit and talk off the cusp. I can do that. It's a lot easier when I'm like reading the chats. So I gotta work on how to do that like more when I'm just like sitting here doing something like this. I'm not reading what you guys are saying. But I really enjoyed, yesterday was like, it's one of those rare times where like I'm trying to catch up. I ended up having to like finally skip chats. I've been kind of like working towards that, you know? Like when the chat's going too fast for me to actually respond to everybody, I kind of fuck with that. You know, that's like the goal, right? You want to be in a position where you can't read every chat. And people have that, like, I guess, inspire like that gambling feeling where it's like you want to send messages in hopes that I'll read them and respond, so I can manipulate your psychology, you know what I'm saying? Take advantage of your parasocial adoration for me and Umbreon. Uh-oh. Wait. Is this going to be an issue, or is this going to work perfectly? Wait, stop. Stop. It's playing some other... I hate when it does this. Just auto-plays in some other bullshit. Ooh, we might have a problem here. Alright, we have what... This is a parody, and I don't remember the algorithm for this, so I have to... 484 parody algorithm. I think it's here. This one. So it's R prime, UU, L, FF, L prime, FF, R2, up 2, right, up 2, R prime, up, F2, R2, F2. Okay, it looks like that worked. Cool. Cool beans. Oh no! When I switched over, it stopped. Oh well. Still gonna finish the cube. Now it just solves like a 3x3. So it should take like less than 30 seconds to finish this. And then I can respond to all your messages. Also, welcome anybody who joined while I've been cubing here. I have not read any chats in like 5 minutes. So if you're all saying horrible things, I hope the mods are stopping you. No slurs in my chat. I don't think anybody's using slurs. I trust you guys. You've been good. I think I fostered a good environment here. I appreciate that. What did I just do? Okay, almost done, almost done. Just solve that one, and look at that. We got fully solved 5x5. Gorgeous. No, Rizza, shut up. Ryan, what kind of drugs are you on? It's not... Well, it was when I started the stream. I started at 11:13. It was. What's up, Alley Cattails? Good to see you. Alright, let me scroll back up and read all your chats. And let me make sure my chat's... Oh, it did break. Here. Stop. No towers. No towers at all. We all need to be putting good thoughts and actions into the world. That's true. Calm down, Rizza. Alright, I'm going to try to read your messages now. Polygraph says, call it the Kirkline or whatever and educate people on debate and violence generally, as well as causes and unaliving issues as well. Basically a resource hub. And then use that to push the right to address the issue. Interesting. Yeah, I will say, about getting, like, pushing the right to address the issue. I think that is, like, part of the move right now, in my opinion. Like, one of the things that, you know, for all of his faults, of which there are many, one of the things I heard, that Destiny said is, like, just be like, well, people need to talk about Trump toning it down. Like, Trump needs to tone it down. Like, he, like, of all people, Trump needs to tone it down, and fucking Elon. Like, these people need to, they have the most influence right now. You can call universal healthcare the Trumpism happy place as long as you do it and drop the fascism. We got to find a way to address the problem. They respond to it when it happens. Maybe that's how we pressure them to change it. That's a big cube. It was, and now it's solved. Polygraph says, I'm trying to educate myself about the law and all that, but there's so much and so many changes, it's hard to even feel like I really understand it. Sure. I feel that a lot. Zero Major says, I was stoked to find the relation between group theory and Rubik's Cube solving. Fun fact, my group theory, or abstract algebra rather, professor in college was actually, he worked on, like, he was like a big Rubik's Cube guy, and he had at one point reduced what they call, like, what is it, like God's number? Like, basically he had improved the proof that like showed how, like, the minimal amount of steps that it would take from any cube state to solve it. I think he got it down to like 27 or something back in the day. I think now it's 20. It's like proven to be 20, which is cool. Let's see. Insert bad thing here. True. This is pre-recorded. It's not pre-recorded. I am AI generated. Yes. Noricism. What does that even mean, Reza? Did you like the stream? That's a good question, Ali. Did you guys like the stream? And Cody says, we all need to be putting good thoughts and actions into the world. So true, so true. What the fuck? Click that Honda ad? I already closed it. I'm sorry. Decoding the towers. Josh says, I reserve my slurs for hackers on CS2. Primitus says, Ryan, you need to buy a Tesla, man. Prices are crashing hard. Yeah, right. If I could afford it. Hey, donate to the Tesla fund. We got about 10 seconds. 10 seconds for this goal. So I'm gonna have to start a new one for the Tesla fund. Polygraph says, I've been listening to a lot of local station call-ins. They sound like you would expect. I don't know what to expect. Oh, okay. 40% are trying to tone it down. 60% are basically calling for bad trouble. Ali says, I heard he was likely a groiper. So it's really, really uncertain at this point. So we went over yesterday, like, all the memes and stuff that he wrote on the casings. And there's some... I think there are some signs that suggest, like, he might be groiper adjacent. But realistically, I don't know at this point. And now they're trying to pin it on him, like, having a trans roommate. They're saying that an allegedly trans roommate, and allegedly trans lover, like, they're saying that he's, like, dating his roommate who is potentially trans. I don't know if either parts of that are true. I don't know if the roommate is trans or if they were dating. I don't think that's been confirmed at all. Right. Let's see. Wait. I'm getting ready to head back to Colorado. Been in Idaho for my stepsister's wedding. Fun stuff. Congrats to your stepsister. Polygraph says, if viewers are using NVIDIA and have the option to enable, they could be AI enhancing the stream. Maybe so. Maybe so. The swastika, true. And Cody says, Donald Trump uttered the phrase after Charlie Kirk that maybe some good can come out of this. I wish he would have better defined that, or a follow-up question been asked for, you know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. Permanent says, you know why you should love Elon? Because every time he opens his mouth, Tesla prices crash 5%. That's true. One of the good things he does. Yeah, abstract algebra is awesome. In fact, you know what might be a fun thing to vibe code? And in fact, we could expand on this one. Improve this to be a visual tool that shows how group theory maps onto the Rubik's Cube. Like a group theory 101 course in a single interactive Rubik's Cube app. That sounds fun as hell. I actually love that. Polygraph says, Tom said he was on the left, which, in TBH, I'm assuming he's done some research, but when I asked him, he didn't answer. The roommate supposedly is trans, don't know for sure. Also doesn't indicate that he's left or right based on someone else, I assume. Yeah, and also, like, not all trans people are on the left. Like, surprise, surprise. There are actually a lot of trans people who are, and this, I mean, this is always, like, this isn't even, regardless of his roommate's political affiliation. Like, even if they are dating. Also, like, I think that there's a lot of, like, this is why the groiper thing, I think, like, when I was talking about it being potentially being groiper adjacent, like, I think the important thing to keep in mind about that is that doesn't mean that there's, like, some right-wing coherent political ideology at play, right? Like groipers, the groiper movement is largely appeals to, like, sad, lonely, alienated men who like really edgy humor, who have been rewarded for that edgy humor in certain online spaces, and that rewarding them for that edgy humor further alienates them from normal circles, because people are like, whoa, what the fuck are you talking about, Reza says, all the trans people I know from Discord are more far right than me. That's what I'm saying. People don't get it. People have no idea. They think trans is like equivalent to left wing, but there's a lot of like fashy trans people. It's crazy. I don't know. It's very it takes the whole leopard face eating meme to a whole new level, especially right now. But they're out there, you know. Like trans people are in fact not a monolith, if you can all believe it. All right, so we have, wait, do we have bugs? No, looks like it's working well. Okay, share, and I'm gonna open this. So we now have a group theory and the cube explainer. A Rubik's Cube is a perfect physical example of a mathematical group. Let's explore the 4 rules or axioms that define a group using the set of all possible cube moves. Number 1 is closure. So the rule of closure is any move A followed by any other move B must result in a state that is still a valid configuration of the cube. So we can perform any 2 moves and the cube remains a cube. So we can demonstrate it. 1, 2. So even though we have that weird animation glitch, we can see that the cube is still obviously in a possible state. Like I can put it in exactly that state, right? It was, well, I think my cube's a little bit backwards than theirs maybe, but, wait, go back. I'm gonna refresh, hang on. I want to see if I'm right to say that, what I just said. Wait, we can do up and right. And I can do inverse, inverse. So if I hold, yeah, it's backwards. So see, like mine is my cube, if I'm holding white on top, the orange is to the left of the green, but on this cube, it's backwards. So, but in any case, you see, like, if I do one turn and I do another turn, no matter what turns I do, it's still cube-shaped, right? So we can do that again. We can do it all day, realistically. Rule 2 of a group is associativity. So the order in which you can group moves doesn't matter. So A plus B in parentheses plus C is the same as A plus B plus C, where B plus C are in parentheses. So this means that like we can do, I think the idea here is that certain operations with the Rubik's Cube, every operation is just a turn. So we're just combining, we're doing one turn and then another turn. But in certain mathematical groups, or in certain mathematical structures, there are different, depending on how you group the terms, you might get different results. So this is what makes it a group, is that no matter how you group these terms, like addition or multiplication, for example, no matter how you group those terms, you're still going to get the same result. And it's also still going to be, it's still going to fit closure, right? So both of those sequences yield the same result. So groups also have an identity element. So there must be an identity move, or E, I guess is what they're calling it. I think it's usually like theta or something like that, that does nothing. So for any move, A plus the identity move equals A. So the identity in the Rubik's Cube case is simply not making a move. So as we can see, if I just keep the cube in its original state, there is no move happening. If I do, well, this is going to be the next one. So the inverse move is every A move must have an inverse move, which is A prime, that undoes it, returning the cube to the identity state. So if I do an up, and then I do an up prime, it goes right back to where it was. So up, up prime, or right, right prime, left, left prime, down, down prime. I can do the same thing here. Like up, up prime, up, up prime. Or I can do like up, 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 which actually also is the same as doing up, up prime. Well, yeah, that's group theory. Congratulations, you're all experts on group theory now. How do you feel? Yes, abstract algebra is go. There was rumors about Fuentes not being straight, which for right-wingers is usually a problem. True. All my friends are kooky, being honest, sure. Grok questions are showing as search results on Google now. What the hell? Oh, that's interesting. Hey, Brandon. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, good afternoon. Should I change the title to good afternoon? Good afternoon. Say it back. There. We updated the title. Zero Major says, I'm not sure 3 is entirely accurate. Yeah, it's usually referred to as an E move. The identity is just one of the possible letters one can move around to form the identity. Yeah, and if you, like, the idea would also be that if you do a move and then the inverse of that move, then you are essentially doing the identity move. Like, you're doing a move that doesn't change it at all. Up, or like up and up prime, for example, again. Good to see you, Short Stack Goblin. How you doing, buddy? Good after midag. Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. Good after midag. So true. I wonder if my cube is charged enough now to show off the cool Bluetooth app. Let me see. Yes, here we go. Here we go. You ready? Are you ready for this? Properties, window capture, and I want iPhone. Check this out. Look, as I rotate it, it rotates in real time on the iPhone app, which is so fancy. There's also like there's like versus mode. I'm probably gonna get destroyed, but let's do ranked. Turn any side back and forth twice to start immediately. Okay. Reaching. Round 1 is R. This guy's way faster than me already. Let's see. Okay, okay. Look at that 24 seconds. That's a W, right? That's a W. Buenas tardes. Dude, I gotta practice. I ain't gotta be no mooring monologue like you Yankees. Zero says, I mean, I'm not sure the identity is necessarily just doing nothing, but you're right. It's super. It kind of is. I think it kind of is. I think that's the implication, right? Are they even solving? I feel like they're going so slow. What happened? I forgot the Russian one. Yo, we spanked him. Look at this. Look at this scrub. Look at this absolute noob. It's probably like a 7-year-old kid. I'm like roasting this guy. Yeah, he didn't even finish it. Didn't even finish. Get it together, man. Let's go again. Brown's about to scream because someone just got home. Let's see. see. Ooh. Ooh. Actually slower than the last one, but still pretty good. Another W. What a loser. Not one step back. True. True. Not one step back. I love that, like, a lot of times when people are critiquing, like, me or other progressives on these panels and stuff, they'll try to claim that we, like, never ever like accept an L, or like we never accept that we're wrong about something and never like yield any ground. But like the entire like Crucible ecosystem is built upon this not one step back bullshit, where they like never yield any point, in no matter how completely like vapid, like their whole the whole structure is like based on this like complete refusal to engage. As a move, yes, an E-move would be do nothing, kind of sort of like a no-op in assembly. Yeah, exactly. Good analogy there. Good analogy. All right, I'm going to do one more of these. And then I might go into some of the reaction video. I feel like everything's so out of date so quickly, like when it comes to all the Kirk stuff, so it's kind of hard to like cover any news about it, because like as soon as I finished my stream yesterday, like it came, like all the stuff about the trans roommate stuff came out, and I was like, oh, okay, well I guess all the Graper stuff, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean all the Graper stuff was not true, but you know, still it was like kind of a, it makes it less like, it feels like it makes it less likely, although I'm not really sure still. Oh, I goofed. It's like it for talking and cubing at the same time. Hopefully we got another scrub here. $34. I'm always embarrassed when I get over 30 seconds on the Rubik's Cube. You're like the first one to admit if you're ignorant or wrong on something, which is how it should be, but you're right, they're so optics focused they refuse to have those same norms. Yeah, exactly. But they'll critique us for it. I mean, I guess it's just like obviously projection, but it's still annoying. Still annoying. Scrubbed. Another Coder W. We just don't stop winning. You know how it is. You know how it is. All right, let's see what's on the docket. So let me check my phone. Oh, we'll probably go on Ruby's stream later, maybe for a little bit. Do you think we can come together over pumpkin pie being delish? Oh, I can. You won't find me saying pumpkin pie is not the bomb.com. Is that Bluetooth or does it work off your camera? It's Bluetooth. Like the Cube has like accelerometers and everything in it. Like it's all Bluetooth. It's fancy. But that's what I'm saying. I can probably connect it to like these apps if I figured out like all the right infrastructure to do that. But that's a broader project for another day, perhaps. For today, here, let me see. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Let's see. So we watched the Adam Mockler thing. There's this guy here. That's not what I wanted to show. This fucking guy. This quote-unquote body language guy. Jesus Enrique Rosas. He's just pumping out these videos. The truth is coming out. Lived with trans. Like, he was like one of the first people who published a video about it, from what I saw. Let's see what his most recent take is.
It's crazy.
Why would you concede that learn from them? Say Mormon conservative parents raising him had a bigger impact on making him crazy than a recent trans roommate? Oh yeah, I mean, I probably agree with that. I don't know what you think I'm conceding. Let's see. Tyler Robinson's neighbor. I haven't even seen this yet. You can tell the media does not want him saying Tyler and Lance Twiggs were a couple, but he said random guys don't hold hands and they definitely don't kiss. Did they? I mean, okay,
Crazy how, as of today, the mainstream media keeps pushing the narrative that Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk's assassin, is a conservative, is some kind of far-right guy that was one of Charlie's own camp.
Well, wait, if we're talking about him being a graper, then he wouldn't be Charlie's own camp, right? Like, that's the whole thing about him being a graper, is that there's like a war between like the Turning Point and the grapers. Like, there always has been.
But there's so many ways to debunk that narrative, and I have dedicated many videos, and there's still more evidence on the contrary and the absolute opposite. And we have this very interesting interview with one of Tyler Robinson's neighbors, in which, let's say that he has interesting recollections if this is a conservative. Let's watch.
With him.
Were they holding hands?
Yeah, they were. So, yeah, they drove off in his car, the Dodge Challenger.
The time you saw them or this week?
It was about the time I saw them, so.
Okay, how long ago was that?
I would say about 2 weeks ago.
And so they looked like they were a couple?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was dressed all in black?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And you thought he was weird?
Yeah, I definitely, yeah.
What was weird?
When he is asked the question if they were weird, and his kind of smiles. Oh yeah, they were an odd couple, a really weird couple. If
well, now you're adding other words to what he said. But what was the original tweet here? You tell the media does not want him saying Tyler and Lance Twiggs were a couple. What do they mean by that? Why does the media doesn't want him saying that? What's everybody saying?
So, yeah, they Challenger.
The time you saw them or this week?
It was about the time I saw them, so.
Okay, how long ago was that?
I would say about 2 weeks ago.
And so they looked like they were a couple?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was dressed all in black?
Wait, how is the media? Okay, they literally asked. They looked like they were couples. And he says, "You can tell the media does not want him saying Tyler and Lance Twiggs were a couple." They literally asked that. They literally asked that, and he said yes. What's going on in this tweet?
Yeah.
Where were you standing for that?
Where did you see them?
Ready for that?
Sorry, and in what way do you have an operation?
At a time. It was.
seeing, and I showed you some.
So you did have
odd couple, a really weird couple. If you know what I mean.
I definitely, yeah.
What was weird about him?
Just the way he walked and just the way I've seen him. I've never seen really anybody dressed all in black with a mask on, and I thought that was just quite weird.
For those who have never seen the roommate, describe that person for us.
He did have freckles on his face.
Effectively, and the videos that we have seen, and I showed you some videos and clips and past analysis. Yeah, the guy has freckles. It's the Twiggs, that's his last name, one who changed his online persona from Lance to Luna, has freckles.
For the haircut, he did have, it was...
Okay, Okay, I didn't even know the Lance to Luna thing. I didn't know they had a name for that yet. Okay, Luna. So it's Luna, not Lance. For the haircut.
A weird haircut. I can't quite. It was kind of a mushroom-shaped one. Yeah, he was. I would say he didn't come out much, but definitely a few other, like just a little bit at a time.
There's some published reports out there that this individual, the roommate, may have been transitioning. Did that correlate with what you saw?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so he was going to have an operation to be to turn into a woman.
Yeah, and I think he's getting ready for that.
Sorry, in what way do you think that?
I remember them talking about a doctor's appointment. It was about.
Is it like a doctor's appointment for getting like hormones or?
2 weeks ago, I would say.
And they were kissing?
Yeah.
Do you know, where did you see them kissing?
Just coming out. I was riding with my bike, so I didn't see the whole thing, but yeah, I saw them.
And when did you hear them talking about a doctor's appointment?
I would say about the same time that they came out, so that one time, yeah.
Where were you standing for that?
I was just riding by here.
Okay.
So.
And you were able to hear snippets of their conversation?
Yeah. Yep.
Could you assure?
No, I have my doubts about that last part, precisely because I've told you many times that when you hear some kind of a statement of, let's say, affirmation of something that happened, you have to imagine how could that have happened. So he said that the boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't know how to. My head hurts.
This guy acts so incredulous every time like there's any he does this in all his videos. Whenever they talk about trans people, he's like, my head, I'm so how do I, what is it, a girl, is it a boy, what does it even mean?
At this point was getting ready to transition, and which we know from the FBI and reports of independent journalists. And this guy says that he heard them talking about that. It's incredible. How close were you to them when they were having such a intimate conversation, or maybe they were bragging about that conversation? He was riding his bike and he went past just at the time that he was listening to it. So that part, I heard them talking about transitioning.
So he thinks he's lying about hearing them talk about transition, but nothing else. That's a weird point of contention, but okay.
Maybe I will take it with a grain of salt, even if...
Yeah, even RZA can wrap his head around it, and he eats rocks for a living, okay?
It has already been said by other sources. Also, he was looking away, wetting his lips, pressing his lips. Maybe...
I guess he is the body language guy.
Maybe that is... I would take that one with a grain of salt. But the rest, they are holding hands or they are kissing, or he looks weird because it's dressed all in black. And, well, that's something that you can see from far away in just an instant. So that checks out in all cases.
But you were sure that they were a couple, but you have only seen them together once?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, random guys don't hold hands and definitely don't kiss.
Yeah, that's something that is true. One thing is, okay, I was close enough to listen to the conversation.
I know. Hang on. I was being reminded about the poop in the hallway. Let's see. They're saying they're going to announce more Tuesday. Interesting. Yeah, I'll check out that interview next. Reddit culture and other dark culture places of the internet. That's funny. Reddit is one of the most left-leaning social media networks. That's why they call it out. Is it? Is it even? I don't know. I don't use Reddit, so that might be the case. Umbreon, they left. They're gone. Utah Governor Spencer Cox joins Meet the Press after the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University, saying the suspect came from a conservative family, but his ideology was very different than his family's. Cox also shares new details about the suspect's roommate. So conservatives are the ones radicalizing people? Curious. Very curious. All right.
Which is a bit odd and, yeah, more right.
Yeah, it's so odd, so strange.
It's made, if you say it, But you can tell if you see two men holding hands and kissing. Maybe if it's just a peck, you say, well, yeah, that's gay. So they're a couple, I guess.
Gay.
Because friends don't do that. That is a completely different scenario. Again, this checks out with what we have heard from other sources.
So I would have tried to stop him if I knew it was him, like before. I definitely do not like the fact that he was living close to me. It was covered with police tape, a ton of police cars. We had a guy sitting up on the hill with a sniper and SWAT trucks, and definitely a few helicopters. And
Reddit is like 60 to 65% probably left leaning, like the opposite of Twitter. I feel like Blue Sky is like the inverse Twitter. But yeah, I guess that makes sense that Reddit's also like more predominantly left leaning.
a drone.
Better moderation, probably.
Going through your mind when you stepped
I
out,
was
saw
like,
that.
I was like, what is going on? And I asked the police officer, I'm like, did a killing happen here? They're like, I can't tell you. And so I called my grandma, found out that the guy that shot Kirk was out.
Meant evil against me.
Let's see. 12 million Charlie Kirks created overnight. Okay. Thanks, buddy. Let's find that interview. Let's see. That's what he says when he sees it. That's gay. Yeah, that's gay. Hey, the two guys kissing, that's gay. Utah governor speech. 2 hours ago.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, this is 2 days ago. Oh, it was a playlist that's updated 2 hours ago. I called Radical Coder gay and he says he's not. Well, that's true, if you can believe it. Oh, it joins Meet. It was Meet the Press. Okay, let's see. Meet the Press. Just search Meet the Press. This is 3 hours ago. Here we go.
And joining me now is Republican Governor of Utah, Spencer Cox. Governor Cox, welcome back to Meet the Press. Our condolences to the Kirk family, to all of you in Utah who I know are grieving right now.
Thank you, Kristen. It is a dark time in our state's history, in our nation's history. Our prayers and hearts go out to Erica, her children, and Charlie's family. Thank you.
Governor, let me start by just asking you to update us on the investigation. What more have investigators learned about the suspect and the motive here?
Yeah, so there will be much more coming out on Tuesday when charges are filed. They are gathering evidence, interviewing known friends, people around the suspect. What we know so far, there are a couple things that we can confirm that have been reported. We can confirm that again, according to family and people that we're interviewing, he does come from a conservative family, but his ideology was very different than his family, and so that's part of it. We do know that the roommate that we had originally talked about, we can confirm that roommate is a boyfriend who is transitioning from male to female. So we know that piece. I will say that person has been very cooperative with authorities, and we have additional evidence, forensic evidence that has been processed. We'll be sharing that when charges are filed on Tuesday. So everything that we know confirms that this is the person. The why behind this, again, we're all.
If you read this, you are gay. Is it possible this isn't a homophobic phrase? It's probably meant to be most of the time, but is it possible he was using ironically? No, and especially based on this information. Like if he has like a trans girlfriend or whatever, and he's like it makes it more likely that it's he's using it to it's like he's mocking Kirk's homophobia, kind of thing. But again, like that doesn't mean that he's not like the. I don't know. Like it doesn't mean he's like a communist or whatever. Like, you know, it doesn't make him like far left. It just makes him like a crazy radical dude. There, like the thing. There are a lot of like really. I don't know. The implication that's going to be run with now is that okay, his trans partner radicalized him or something. That's what they're going to be pushing towards. I think. They're gonna start putting a lot of blame onto this person who has apparently been cooperating fantastically with them. I think of it like telling the cops who read it if they're the only ones who are. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Crazy that his wife's name was Erica. Very Mimi. Wait, why is that Mimi?
All drawing lots of conclusions and how someone like this could be radicalized. And I think that those are important questions for us to ask and important questions for us to answer.
Governor, you.
But again, consider the choice. There was 4, 3, 9. Oh yeah, sure. They were the ones not used. But I mean, I don't know if they were. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he obviously fired one shot, but like, I guess there's a world where he didn't make the first shot, and I don't know. I don't know how long it takes to reload that particular weapon. Being gay or dating trans does not make you left, exactly, yeah. Or dating trans person automatically assign you to a political position, because conservatives in this country have no clue how political ideology works, and they think that being gay or trans means that you are a communist, basically. Short Sack says, was the gun that was left for him by someone else thing not real? Isn't there someone else they should be looking for? I think, if I recall, he sent in Discord messages. He said something, like somebody asked him, I don't know, he said something in Discord messages about like getting rid of the gun or like leaving it somewhere, but like, and that's like why people were like, wait, what, you did this, like, holy shit. I think that's kind of what happened. I don't remember the exact messages, but they're out there, I believe. So we'll probably dig into it.
You say that the boyfriend, the roommate, is cooperating with investigators. What specifically have you learned from this individual, and is the suspect cooperating?
So what we have learned specifically is that this person did not have any knowledge, was shocked when they found out about it. When he found
the right's gonna think that's bullshit. They're not gonna engage with that at all. So that's a good thing to note. Governor Cox has very clearly said that let me read hear his exact words again.
Have any knowledge. So what we have learned specifically is that this person did not have any knowledge, was shocked when they found out about it.
Yeah, so he's saying they did not. He's like stating absolutely they did not have any knowledge. He's not saying they appeared to have no knowledge. He's saying that they did not have any knowledge. So there must be like good reason to believe that, which is that's a good sign.
When he found out about it, you know. The suspect has not been cooperating so far, and so we're getting all of this information from family members, again people around the suspect, and then the forensic information that we have, which is confirming everything and more than what we were able to share in that initial press conference.
Governor, I want to ask you about something you said on Friday. You said, quote, there was a radicalization that happened in a fairly short amount of time. How was the suspect radicalized? How quickly did it happen?
It'll be interesting to hear what he has to say about this, because how do we know that? I'll be curious.
Well, again, those are pieces of information that we're still gathering, trying to understand. Okay. We do know, and again, this is
hey, Captain KB.
Been well publicized that this was a very normal young man, a very smart young man, 4.0 student, I think a 34 on the ACT, went to my alma mater, Utah State University, but was only there for a very short amount of time. I mean, dropped out.
Yeah, he was at that university for one semester, but Rob and co are like a bunch of people are calling to like defund all fucking colleges now, which is absolutely insane. It started getting increasingly unhinged as it goes on. Oh, this video, interesting. Cobwatch says, was the message about being gay meant for Kirk though? If he intended to kill Kirk, why would he expect Kirk to read the messages? Yeah, I see what you're saying. Although I guess there's the presumption there's like a Depends on how much thought was gone. I don't know. I don't know what that yeah, I guess I hear what you're saying. So like it was probably there for like whoever finds that after the fact. Short stack with the 20 sec. I don't know what that is. I don't know what sec is, but thank you. If you read this, you're gay. Oh, is there a target on my back? That's crazy. Thanks, short stack. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Cop Watcher says, bro is very smart. Probably world's smarter than Kash Patel. Oh, so true. There's a I posted this in the Discord, but let me actually have a couple good memes. There are some you know, we'll say politically correct memes to be had about this. Here's one. The FBI running around like eating crayons, looking at Sasquatch. And the dad's like, I believe it was my son. And Kash Patel's like, holy fuck, the FBI just found the shooter. We're the best. That's a good one. And then there's this there's another funny one, which is this tweet. I don't even know what this tweet's not. She was his hag. I don't even know what they're saying there. But then someone's like, OMG, this is so cute. At Grok, were they ever dating? Now I need to know. And it's Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens. And Grok is like, yeah, that's Tom Holland and Zendaya. They've been dating since 2021 and got engaged in January 2025, according to sources like People and TMZ. That's funny. That's so funny. Okay, anyway. A little lighthearted break. Thank you again, Short Stack. We'll start a new one. Appreciate that. Yeah, we all read it. We're all gay now. $20 comes at a steep price for a radical coder. 20 sec is 20 sec. That's so true. They do say that. They do be saying that. All right. Back to the serious stuff.
After less than one semester, and it seemed to happen kind of after that. After he had moved back to the southern part of Utah. Clearly there was a lot of gaming going on. Friends that have confirmed that there was kind of that deep dark internet, the Reddit culture, and these other dark places of the internet where this person was.
Reddit culture and other dark places. Okay, I see what somebody said something about that earlier. That's a kind of a hilarious statement. Reddit culture and other dark places. Or I guess if he's the phrasing there is just kind of funny. Like the idea that Reddit's this like dark place on the internet. Oh, Swedish Krona. Okay. Short Stack's radicalized astrology. Thanks, dude. True. They used to refer to actual legal sites. Now it's just a social media site they don't like. Yeah, for real. Yeah, everyone knows that, of course. I actually loved how he read them all in the other press conference with full serious voice. Oh, yeah. LMAO, or you're gay, LMAO. Yeah. In any other context, it would all be... There's some dark humor to be found. Umbreon, stop it.
Was going deep, and you saw that on the casings. I think I didn't have any idea what those inscriptions, many of those inscriptions, even meant. But they are, they're certainly the memification that is happening in our society today.
Governor, I want to delve into some of the messaging that we have heard from you. Lawmakers, governors of both parties across the country have frankly praised what we heard from you on Friday, your unifying message. You said you see this as a watershed moment. How can this nation step back from the brink, Governor?
So look, this is you mentioned it in the introduction, but we have seen an escalation in violence that has been happening across the country. We've had periods like this in our past history. I've mentioned before in the late 60s and early 70s. Certainly, we saw these types of high-profile political assassinations. Another dark time in our history. People keep waiting for somebody to lead us out of this, and I think that's a mistake. I don't think any one person, certainly not a governor. I don't think a president. I don't think anyone can change the trajectory of this. It truly is about every single.
You guys, I just got Jehovah Witnessed. Announcing Jehovah's Kingdom. That was I was like, why, who's ringing my doorbell? And it was some Jehovah's Witnesses. They said everybody wants world peace. Have you ever wondered why there's so much war if everyone wants peace? Interesting. Well, yeah. You can all be saved. There you go. I'll have to check that out later. That was unexpected. Good to see you, Common Good. Yeah, we're watching the recent Meet the Press. Hang on. Jehovah's Witnesses have military gear in your country? Apparently. Yeah, I don't know what the... I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. A lot to digest here, but a guy gets shot and we're in a dark passage of history. You open the door. I mean, yeah, I'm not scared. I should have debated. I thought about like running back and turning the mic on so you guys could hear it. I kind of regret not doing that. Umbreon barked at them. They were not. It was just two ladies. They were super sweet, but yeah, Umbreon didn't like it. He was like, "Arf." Umbreon says, "Do not bother me, Jehovah's Witnesses." That could have been some good content. I should have like hopped on a mobile stream and been like, "Let's go for a walk. Let's chat." Umbreon is telling Radical Coder off. True. Okay. I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Another dark time in our history. People keep waiting for somebody to lead us out of this, and I think that's a mistake. I don't think any one person, certainly not a governor. I don't think a president. I don't think anyone can change the trajectory of this. It truly is about every single one of us, and I can't emphasize enough the damage that social.
IRL stream from your front door. Does every single one of us include the president? Mr. Spencer Cox?
I don't think anyone can change the trajectory of this. It truly is about every single one of us. And I can't emphasize enough the damage that social media and the internet is doing to all of us. Those.
I mean, like, there are particular things about social media that are doing more damage than others, right? Like maybe the fact that the guy who owns X, formerly known as Twitter, is currently calling for war against the left. But, he did say president? Okay, good for him. Don't let him get you, Ryan. You like your black shirts and they were white button-up ones? I think I could rock a white button-up shirt. No single person, then it's all of us. Common Good says, I feel so lied to about this whole Kirk story as an institutionalist. It's stressful. I can no longer reasonably believe any arm of this government. Yeah, no, I hear you. It is like really frustrating. Like they're just like all like very, very unreliable narrators, Donald J. Trump is king to these people. He's king. King Trump is all of our king, okay? He's our king.
Those dopamine hits, these companies, $1 trillion market caps, the most powerful companies in the history of the world, have figured out how to hack our brains, get us addicted to outrage, which is the same type of dopamine, the same chemical that you get from taking fentanyl, get us addicted to outrage.
That's such a weird analogy. He gives you dopamine, which is just like fentanyl. It's such a crazy thing to say. Like, did he just learn about dopamine? Like, that's such a bizarre. Sorry. Dopamine. Social media gives you dopamine, just like fentanyl. It's such a crazy thing to say, right? Like, that's bizarre.
outrage and get us to hate each other. I'm seeing it in real time since the tragic death of Charlie Kirk. I'm seeing it in every corner of our society. The conflict entrepreneurs are taking advantage of us, and we are losing our agency, and we have to take that back. We have to turn it off. We have to get back to community, caring about our neighbors, the things that make American great, serving each other, bettering ourselves, exercising, sleeping, all of those things that this takes away from us.
Well, Governor, you referred to social media as a cancer on Friday. That's an incredibly strong word. Do you believe that?
Wait till they find out about learning and how radical it is. Hell yeah, Polygraph. By the way, make sure you like the stream on your way in. Please like the stream. Appreciate it. Also, you can get a Radical Coder channel membership. Unlock all these awesome emotes like Baby Umbreon. We'll give him some love. Evil Elon is cycling again. We can expect a lot of chaos and crazy from him for probably a month, and another month when he falls back into drugs to avoid the cycling. Yep. Yep, many such cases. Many such cases. Just going to spam some emotes, encourage some people to get some memberships, you know. A lot of gray names in the chat. We appreciate our gray names, but, you know, we like our green names more. I'm going to be honest. We like our green names a little bit more, if I'm real. Josh says, imagine though MAGA/Christianity is such a weak ideology that 1 month in a liberal college was enough to drive them to kill a leader in their movement. Giga college power. Yeah. Yes. Umbreon, the cutest. Oh, the Umbercon. Yes. We have the Umbercon as well. Baby Umbreon and the Umbercon. Is this the dark internet? I just saw a meme. Yeah, welcome. Welcome. You are in the bad place right now. The most radical area of the internet is Orion stream.
That social media played a direct Friday. That's an incredibly strong word. Do you believe that social media
radical runs a caste system? That's right, and I'll enforce it too.
Played a direct role in this assassination?
I believe that social media has played a direct role in every single assassination and assassination attempt that we have seen over the last 5-6 years. There is no question in my mind that cancer probably isn't a strong enough word. What we have done, especially to our kids, it took us a decade to realize how evil these algorithms are, and we're doing everything in Utah.
Good to see you, Michelle. These evil algorithms, these algorithms are evil. You know, to some degree, he's right? Like, the algorithms do propagate, like, frankly, a lot of right-wing media content, and like a lot of Trump's rise to success was kind of founded on a really well-funded ecosystem of right-wing media that was taking advantage of how those algorithms worked. So, you know, there's something to that.
First state in the nation a couple years ago to pass comprehensive reform. Sadly, these most powerful companies on earth are suing us to prevent us from implementing these things.
I want to play you a little bit of what we heard from.
Wait, why was he like cut off there?
Suing us to prevent us from implementing these things.
I want to play you a little.
So they're suing from implementing what? Like, that's an interesting. Like, what are they trying to implement onto social media sites, and what? Like, I kind of don't want, especially not this government, I kind of don't want them, like, in charge of the algorithms, to be honest. So, cancer's not a strong enough word. What about brain rot, says Cop Watcher? True. Michelle says, what we're doing to our kids wasn't him referencing school shootings. True, he's just talking about social media. Josh says, I love me some fentanyl under doctor supervision. Based. Yeah.
A little bit of what we heard from President Trump this week and get your reaction. Take a look.
The radicals on the right oftentimes are radical because they don't want to see crime.
The radicals on the right are radical because they don't want to see crime. Okay. But the radicals on the left, why are they radical on the left? Let's find out.
They don't want to see crime.
Worried about the border.
They're saying, we don't want these people coming in. We don't want you burning our shopping centers. We don't want you shooting our people in the middle of the street. The radicals are...
Yeah, but the radicals on the left, they love shooting people in the street. They love illegal immigration.
On the left are the problem. And they're vicious.
That's such a crazy thing to say.
And they're horrible. And they're politically savvy.
Jesus Christ, Mr. President. Come on, dude. Can we... Let's hear that again. The radicals on the right, they hate crime, They hate illegal border. They don't want cities to burn down. They don't want people shooting each other in the streets. But the radicals on the left. He's talking about me, by the way. I'm the radical coder, radical leftist coder, right? That's me. Yeah, the Cop Watcher says radicals on the right are justified for being radical, but the radicals on the left are not justified. Yeah, literally.
Look.
The radicals on the right oftentimes are radical because they don't want to see crime. They don't want to see crime.
Worried about the border.
They're saying
the radical left loves crime. They love it. The more crime, the better. That's what the radical left's always saying. Give me crime or give me death.
we don't want these people coming in. We don't want you burning our shopping centers. We don't want you.
And the radical left is always saying, burn the shopping centers, burn down shopping centers, more burning shopping centers. We hate shopping centers. This is why I joined the radical left, because I have a personal vendetta against shopping centers myself. If I see a Skechers store one more fucking time, I swear.
Shooting our people in the middle of the street. The radicals on the left are the problem, and they're vicious, and they're horrible, and they're politically savvy.
He's right about one thing. We are vicious. We are politically savvy. All right? That's true. Yeah, well, saying all that while running literally the largest surveillance state in history. Copwatcher says I'm one of the good radicals. The racists just hate minorities because they commit crime more. Yeah. Yeah. Both weak and strong. Both weak and strong. Exactly. This fucker isn't leaving, is he? Sure doesn't seem like it. We are at the fascism stage. Oh, you can't say that. You can't describe things as fascist. That's you're inciting violence, Polygraph. That's dangerous rhetoric. You can't call people using fascist rhetoric fascist. You can't even call the rhetoric fascist. That's very dangerous. You're putting people's lives at risk. So, yeah. Common Good says, more importantly, the right does crime because the right hates crime. Donald Trump always stumbles into the precise illiberal, illogical territory of right-wingers, selfish, exceptionalist politics. True. Well said, Common Good. Animated Effigy, welcome to the stream, says, the right has a political body count magnitudes larger than the left in the last 40 years. The FBI said right-wing extremism was the #1 domestic threat for 20 years. And now the domestic threat is coming from inside the house. So...
What is your reaction to that message from President Trump, Governor?
Well, look, I've talked to President Trump. President Trump is angry, and he has every right to be angry. A lot of Americans are very angry right now, and there clearly was a leftist ideology with this.
Why is that clear? What is? It's not clear. Actually, it's not clear to me. That he's a radical leftist ideology? Why? How is that clear? To who? Based on what? Based on him being having a trans partner?
This assassin. And so I totally understand that anger. I also wish you would have played the clip where he quoted Charlie Kirk about the importance of nonviolence, because he said that too. And I can tell you that the president has reached out to me. He reached out to me after the...
Yeah, the president hates violence except for when it's being used to try to help him stay in power, or when it's used to do war crimes, or, you know, pretty much anytime it's convenient for him politically.
Press conference and thanked me multiple times for my words. That's probably a surprise to people. He also, the reason I'm doing these morning shows, I don't do much national press anymore. The White House asked us to come on and to talk about this because they're worried about the escalation that's happening out there. But again, I don't know why we feel like we need to take our cues, that we as Americans have to get up in the morning and decide how we're going to react or act based on what the president says or what a governor says or what anyone else says. In my conservative philosophy, and quite frankly, in my faith philosophy, we believe in agency. We believe that we are each individually responsible for our...
He's basically trying to distance like from like the implications of Trump's rhetoric, right? He's like, look, we can't just be listening to what the president says, all right? The largest, most powerful microphone in the free world. We can't listen to what we can't focus on what he says, all right? We shouldn't be focusing on that, all right? Have some agency. Stop listening to what Trump says. Have some fucking agency. Reza says, can you just accept you're the baddies, Radical Coder? Thank you. I'll consider it, Reza. I'll think about it, okay? I'll consider that. It's anything but clear, says Cop Watcher. Yeah, that's my analysis as well. Effigy says he saw the word fascist and that's it. That literally was his thinking. Yeah, basically. They've been saying it's clearly the left as soon as it happened. Literally moments after. Yeah, no, absolutely. They were all saying this is war. The left is waging war on us. Josh says, yeah, effigy, but those FBI reports are liberal, demon rat, biased sources planted by Satan, like dinosaur fossils, to steer people away from God's chosen party. That's actually true. That's been verified. Cobwatcher says, someone else, a political YouTuber, said this guy's one of the more moderate Republicans. I ain't seeing it, Chief. Yeah, well, he might be, to be honest, considering the modern Republican Party. They are anything but moderate, so...
ourselves. And the United States of America is a collection of a lot of different people. And again, no president is going to lead us out of this. It's going to be every single one of us.
Yeah,
Governor Spencer Cox, we so deeply appreciate your joining us and your perspective this morning and your updates on the investigation. Thank you very much for being here.
We thank you for... Epic stuff. Epic stuff, guys. Oh, I didn't know my chat was broken. Here we go. We fixed it. Umbreon in shambles right now, for real. If you have 4 legs, you are gay. Did you hear that, Umbreon? If you have 4 legs, you're gay. What do you think about that? He's like, I don't give a shit. I just got a dental stick. So now it's saying everyone is responsible for their own actions. Yeah. Yeah. Like, literally in the same breath as blaming social media for radicalizing him, right? Like, literally, moments earlier. Umbreon will never recover. Zero Major says, wait, they're saying dinosaur fossils are planted by radical leftists? No, well, by Satan. To steer us away from God, right? I mean, if your last name is Cox, you're most certainly big gay. Hey, leave Dr. Cox out of this. You know, there's a Scrubs reboot in the works, and Dr. Cox is confirmed to return, so. Also, Courtney Cox catching strays. That's crazy. Coming after Monica Geller like that in my chat. My own mods. Okay. Dr. Cox, exactly. Add a 4x4 cube now. Dr. Cox and Courtney Cox. Satan is the most radical leftist. Yeah, it has been ordained. So, do you guys want to learn how we're going to end war based on the Jehovah's Witness literature? I hope there's not fentanyl in this. Tale of Contents is the horror of war, how war and violent conflict affect us all. Wait, this is kind of based. Can we end war and violent conflict? Why war and violent conflict continue? How war and violent conflict will end? Finding peace despite war and violent conflict? And have you ever wondered? Chat, have you ever wondered? Do you guys know that Bible prophecy indicates that war and violent conflict would be part of the sign of the conclusion of the system of things? Teach me the Jehovah's Witness way. Yeah, sure, it's made to get you in. Yeah, fair enough. Let's see. When you hear of wars and disturbances, do not be terrified. You are going to hear of wars and reports of wars, for nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. So is this the conclusion? Nakoti says Jehovah's Witness isn't even real Christianity. It's some odd stuff from what I've read. I mean, they're trying to end war here. This is actually, see, this is all, these are good policy, good like prescriptions, right? Economic development, diplomacy, disarmament. I mean, hey. And then he gets into the kind of crazy stuff, but religion and war. Religions often condone, justify, or promote war. Such religions are among the false religious institutions collectively referred to as Babylon the Great. In Revelation, God holds Babylon the Great responsible for the death of all those who have been slaughtered on the earth. To learn more, read the article, What is Babylon the Great? On Jehovah'sWitness.org. I will not do that right now, but I appreciate it. Horrors and disturbances, says Copwatcher. Yeah, end wars by not celebrating personal birthdays or Christmas. True. I thought he said horrors. Oh, I see. Well, I'm not allowed to join a cult? What? Is this like a... Are you guys like fascists? You're going to tell me I'm not allowed to join a cult if I want to? I can't exercise my free will to join a cult? It's kind of fucked up if you think about it. Proving that the left are the real fascists once again. Excuse you, sir. Fallen now is Babylon the Great. Umbreon. Cut that shit out. That's crazy. That's crazy he would say that to me. Most other Christians aren't down with Jehovah's Witness because they don't recognize the divinity of Jesus in the Trinity. Interesting. Did you guys see the new Doctor Doom stuff? Doctor Doom First Look. We got a Doctor Doom First Look. Radical Coder has an accent which is hard for me to understand sometimes. Are you memeing? Why so overreaching? I just want to ruin my life. Umbreon doesn't want to join. Yeah, he's upset. I feel like Copwatcher is fucking with us. Copwatcher lives in like the US. I almost doxed you there. I'm sorry. Check out baby embryons. Have some joy in your lives. Not you, Umbreon. You're not allowed to have joy. Oh, you guys, you want to help me test out my, here. We have chat games, okay? Let's see. Interact. We have a race. Let me do the settings. So, we have these different emojis. I guess we could do... Can I do the BB Umbreon or something? Well, I guess that would only the members would be able to do it then. So, no, let's try it. Let's do the tug. This is easier. So, basically, what's gonna happen? Bro, why did your Rubik's Cube went from a 3x3 to a 4x4? Because I made it that way. Because I wished for it. I'm like Timmy fucking Turner. All right. We have a tug of war game now. Oh, wait, you can't see it yet. Hang on, I'm sorry. Look at that. Copwatcher just docks himself between Federal Way and the border. There you go. Good luck. All right, so if you type !left, it will tilt this. It should tilt this thing to the left. We need to test this out. So I need you guys to type Timmy Tuner. I need you to type !left or !right and see if it works. I need you to help me test out this game, okay? Oh, it tilted. Michelle Hunt's left. It looks like it moved. It moved to the left. I don't think Leggets will do it, but thank you. And Cody says, do wiener dogs do the skateboard thing ever, or is it too dangerous for them? I have to watch. Yeah, I don't really want to risk it. I have a little penny board, but I don't know if I want to try that with him. That would terrify me. Like if he got like some sort of spinal injury, I'd lose my mind. All right, looks like the left is winning. Uh-oh. Cop Watcher pulling it to the right. Here we go. Almighty Nate. Almighty Nate with $100. Holy shit, Almighty Nate. Thank you so much. Yo, Almighty Nate, you're the best, dude. Seriously. That's humbling and fantastic. Appreciate you. Thank you. Holy shit, I'm like speechless. That's fucking awesome. Thank you so much, man. Umbreon. All right, we're gonna do here. I also have this. Let me see if I can set it up. I have a little. Here we go. Whenever we get donos. Yeah, I'm sorry. $99.99. Biggest dono to date. I think Sarah has given me a couple 99s before, so I mean he's at least tied. I think Sarah and Almighty Nate are tied. I think Sarah donated like two 99s in one stream. But I mean, you know, like whatever, dude. I like that's awesome. Like, Umbreon, you get a cameo, okay? Oh, come on, baby boy. Here, we reward donos with an Umbreon cameo. Isn't that right, sweet boy? Isn't that right? Isn't that right, baby dog? Oh, he's a good boy. Thank you, seriously. Even though I'm on the right, I must say your debates are entertaining. Yeah, I appreciate you. Oh, I'm glad you think so. I try my best, you know. Someone making. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we need an Almighty Nate emote. Almighty Nate, you get to pick. Do you want if you had your own emote in my chat? What would it look like? What would you like your own emote to look like? We'll make you one. We have room. I think we have room for another emote right now. Okay, Umbreon, I'm gonna let you go. You ready to go play? Go play? No, but seriously, that's awesome. So it seems like my tug of war works. I think it actually ends. Like, if you guys get it to, like, one side or another, which, you know, good luck. I think there is actually, like, a victory. I think I can shrink this. He's all locked in place. Let me see. It shouldn't be locked, but it feels like I can't move it for some reason. Here, let me close it and reopen it. Interesting. Like, I want to pull it down so that I can, like, play a video or something and not block out the tug of war feature. Cop Watcher just spamming the exclamation point, right? My chat's absolutely destroyed now because of this. Nicody needs more caffeine. Yeah, so do I, actually. Here, I'm gonna let you guys keep playing the tug of war while I put on, let's do some Orange Man Bad, because as we know, like, despite everything, Orange Man is still bad. So I'm gonna play that's not what I want to show. But now we can't see. Hang on. First of all, I want to turn up the volume. And I want to fix. I want to shrink this so that we can see. Trying to win whatever prize there is to win. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Good to see you, Christine. Cop Watcher's locked in. All right. We're going to play the Orange Man Bad song. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to make some coffee. And we'll be right back. Yeah, so anyone who just joined us, while I take a quick break, we have this tug of war game that I built. And if you type !left, then it tugs the little white line to the left. And if you type !right, or if you just type left or right also, it pulls it in either direction. And yeah, so the goal is to get it to one side. So good luck. I'm going to get some coffee and go to the bathroom.
Orange hue, the headlines scream. Power grab, a broken dream. Watchdogs gone, the system bends. Justice twisted where it ends. Promises whispered, lies unfold. A gilded cage, a story told. He claims a mandate, whispers loud, but cracks are showing in the crowd. Is this the land where freedom rings, or just the echo of puppet strings? He rewrites rules, a tyrant's hand, across the nation, shifting sand. Accountability, a fading word, the truth distorted, barely heard. He shields himself, a king's disguise, while democracy slowly dies. No policy, no left or right, just shadows creeping in the night. He's not above, he's not the law, a broken system destined to fall. Trade wars raging, prices soar, empty pockets wanting more. Lies abandoned, left to bleed, while autocrats plant their wicked seed. From border walls to broken trust, a nation's spirit turned to dust. The silenced voices start to rise, reflecting anger in their eyes. Is this the land where freedom rings, or just the echo of puppet strings? He rewrites rules, a tyrant's hand, across the nation, shifting sand. Accountability, a fading word, the truth distorted, barely heard. He shields himself, a king's disguise, while democracy slowly dies. No policy, no left or right, just shadows creeping in the night. He's not above, he's not the law, a broken system destined to fall. From pardoned rioters to stolen rights, he fuels the darkness, ignites the fights. A predator's smile, a knowing glance. He dances on a fragile chance, but whispers turn to roaring sound. As truth and justice are unbound. Accountability, a fading word, the truth distorted, barely heard. He shields himself, a king's disguise, while democracy slowly dies. No policy, no left or right, just shadows creeping in the night. He's not above, he's not the law, a broken system destined to fall. He's not above, he's not the law. The time is coming for us all.
Haters get a verse from the wiener that I win with. Got some competition, maybe you should pay attention. Wieners in the back and they going in succession.
Haters get a verse from the wiener that I win with. Underestimate advice that you are getting. Got them ladies in the back and they are getting jealous. They hate us. They hate us. They hate us. They hate us. So play that beat again. I told her, baby, I'm winning. I'll say it again. They know we ain't kidding like. now, so they must know I'm winning. Who knew winning was a race? Wiener and we winning. Who could've known that I'd inspire all this competition? They mad cause they losing, maybe you should pay attention. Let me show you what I just discovered. Everybody winning, and they be hating on the others. See what competition has become of people. Bring out the worst side and evil at their core like beagles. Told her, baby, I'm winning. I'll say it again, they know we ain't kidding like I told her, baby, I'm winning. I'll say it again, they know we ain't kidding like yeah, there ain't no predicates for finding better talent with your L's. We do it effortlessly cause I'm captain, I'm the captain. Fizz in my cup, swimming good love. It was you at the club, missed your touch. Go again, baby, what's up? Nothing feels right, so let's mess up everything. She calling me daddy, cause we be closer than family. Opus #1, you missing out, it's a tragedy. They already flocking, cause I'm cool, I ain't you Danny Green. Left them for dead, did it gladly. 5 by 5, all I need is a Mac 10. Give me driver ambition, and I'm about to go crash, crash, crash. Give me time, give me love, give me passion. Large appetite, need to take me for rations. I hit her on accident. Say you're telling me all tonight.
Okay. I'm back. I have some coffee. I have some iced coffee with almond milk. Christine's too tired to care. That's why we lose, Christine. Did you guys hear that? What the hell was that? Who do you think you are? That's a crazy thing to say. Right after I cleaned up your shit from the hallway. You guys see this weenie? RZA balancing himself out by voting left. Good for you. Weenie. That's crazy that you would say that right in front of everybody. Who we got here still? Who's not just here voting? I guess I could do like this. Since I can't I can't adjust the location of the tug of war for some reason. Christine says I'm a loser, I can live with that. Cob Watcher says he shit in the hallway. He do sometimes. Well, I think it's the reason he does it. He has a bathroom in like the corner of my room, and it has like it's like this little plastic setup that has like walls. So like he has like his little privacy, right? So he goes in to that little section where he poops normally. So I think his instinct is like, I go to a spot where no one can see me and I poop and I'm safe. That's my poop spot. So I think the hallway reminds him of that, and he likes going over in that hallway and pooping. You're like the Asmongold of dog shit. Oof. Please don't call CPS on me. Nicody fighting back with the exclamation point left. All right. Thank you. Ow. Do not bite me. No bites. Don't twerk for Charlie Kirk. I'm gonna check out the Discord. Might be interesting to watch that old Carlos Mazza video about Charlie Kirk. I think, I don't know, it's an hour long. I'm not watching that right now. Never mind. Never mind. That's too much. Ooh, but what we can do is, number one, I'm gonna give Carlos a sub, and then I'm gonna copy his YouTube video link. Riza says, "Is Asmongold good or bad? From your perspective or my perspective? Because there's a difference, right? I will say I am not a fan personally. Not a big Asmongold fan myself." Wait, it didn't work. What happened? Is my server down? Oh, my server might be down. Here we go. Hang on. Python 3. Oh wait, it's a different. No, my server's on. Okay. Is there not a transcript to this video? Show transcript. There is. What's going on? Okay, copy video URL. Execute. Why doesn't it work? Interesting. Are all videos doing this? Let me see. Let me test my theory. YouTube. Let's check out. I'm not going to actually watch this, but I'm going to test out by grabbing the link to this new Adam Mockler video. Execute. Interesting. There's a bug in my system. Okay, let me investigate. Oh, I wonder if I just broke... Okay, cool. It still works. Good. But let's see if this is working now. Send data. Oh, it's because they're running on the same server. So what I need to do is switch my Python app, or my YouTube app, to stop being a whiny dog. Stop being a whiny dog. You're so whiny. He's so whiny. He be whining. He's a whiner. Give me just a second, guys. Wait, it says port 1000. That's not the right script. App. Stop whining. Sorry, just give me a second here. Is it from transcript? Yes, here we go. Port. Port 5001. Can I do that? Wait, this is Gmail. That's not what I want. Oh my god, Umbreon. Oh. Oh, the poor boy. The poor boy. Oh, he's a poor dog. Default port is 5000. How do I change the default port? Set the port to 5001. Sorry, I guess you guys can't even see what I'm doing here, but that's okay. It'll be worth it in a moment. Oh my god. $5,001. Can I even save this? Is it even gonna let me? Oh, stop. Oh, I know what to do. I think I know what to do. So if I export this and then I modify it. Why can't I change this file? Oh. Oh my god, I finally got it. Okay, hang on. So sorry, guys. Tech guru here. Absolutely nailing this. Okay. I think we should be good now. Let me show this again. I'm a cheater? Why am I a cheater? Or someone else cheating? I wasn't listening. Oh, Cop Watchers started timing someone out to win the game. Who did you time out? That's crazy. Oh, that's really funny. My mods are corrupt. I actually kind of love that. Okay, so now if I send data, yes. Okay, so now I should be able to go back and get that. All right, we're not watching the Charlie Kirk video, but we are going to get the transcript finally. Oh shit, wait. Oh no, this is Weenie. Execute. Toot, toot. And we have the Charlie Kirk transcript now, so we can hop in here and say, make a single file HTML5 app creatively, interactively, colorfully, and funly. That's my new word. Displaying / communicating all of the information from the following transcript, transforming it into an interactive presentation experience thing using whatever CDNs, and paste. That awkward moment when you become the fascist, when you become the baddies in real time. You either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain, right? Look at it go. Look at it cook. Okay, let me scroll back up. What did I miss? He's helping the far right. Cop Watcher's helping the far right. True. Oh, he timed out Nicody? Oh no, all his messages got deleted. That's crazy. Wait, is Nicody untimed out? All right, I'm gonna time it for 10 seconds to make sure that he can be retimed out. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nicody. No, Okay, have fun with Dead Man. What's Deadman covering these days? I haven't watched him. We did at Reddit. Riza, you're not a fascist, you're just a drunk. Which, to be fair, a lot of fascists are probably just drunks, but that's okay. Well, I timed out. So I hadn't scrolled down and seen their other posts. Now I'm the fascist. I know. I'm scaring off my entire viewer base. Nicody should win the prize for this abuse. All right, look. Left. I'll help out, okay? All right. Put this on a canvas. Put it. Show me on the canvas. Make some improvements too. I did. I timed out for 10 seconds. That was the goal. Them time they out. All right. What I did was I timed him out for 10 seconds so that because I didn't realize he was already done. The timeout was already done. And I was trying to counter out whatever timeout you gave him. I was trying to do the opposite of fascism, and I accidentally became what I hated. No, Nicody, no naps. You can't take a nap. You have to stay here and chat. I'm just kidding. Enjoy your rest. Have some sippy squirtles. Drink some water, everyone. Drink some water. If you haven't had any water recently, have some water. I'm one to talk. I just made a cup of coffee instead of water, but hey, coffee has water in it, so it's a fun fact. There is water in coffee. How's the game going? Looks like the right is winning. Is it still moving? Let's see, exclamation point right. I think if we just write right, it also does it, right? Yeah, it does. Cool. You don't actually have to type exclamation point. Let's learn about Charlie Kirk and head empty fascism. An interactive breakdown of the video by Carlos Maza. What does the right stand for? The premise. This experience explores the America Fest Conference, a gathering of conservative activists by Turning Point USA. The goal is to answer, what does the Republican Party stand for after Trump? We are living in a time of incredible stupidity, and that's not by accident. Let's dive into 4 days of speeches to understand the head empty, just vibes nature of modern fascism. Okay, so vibes over policy, conspiracy, retribution, performance, and grift. Day 1, the vibe check. Charlie Kirk, the late Charlie Kirk, it's deeper than policy. The game that's being played is very simple. Are you thankful that you're an American, or are you angry that you're an American? Those are the two options. That's true. The two genders are angry about being an American or thankful about being an American. Kirk kicks off the conference not by discussing policy, but by establishing a cultural and emotional binary. He frames the core conflict as a matter of attitude and gratitude, setting the stage for a conference focused on vibes over substance. Then we have Tucker Carlson, creators versus destroyers, the other two genders, of course. There are only two kinds of people. You're either creating something beautiful or you're tearing it down. That's it. Those are the options. Tucker continues the non-political theme, arguing the left is driven by a spirit of destruction. Hey, haven't we heard this before earlier in the stream when Trump was telling us about how the left just loves violent crime and the radical right is just fighting against all the evil leftists who want to do evil crime stuff? Pretty sure that's what we learned. His speech is explicit about aesthetics and mood, not ideology, reinforcing the idea that politics is a lifestyle brand choice. What do you guys think about that? Is politics a lifestyle brand choice? Day 2, Patriots, Pedophiles, and Palin. Jesus. Don Jr. gives dark warnings. Doesn't mean they maybe deserve to get... Wow. Oh, okay. He's talking about. I see. So Don Jr. says doesn't mean they maybe deserve to get shot, but if someone's going to get shot, it might as well be a pedophile. That's what Don Jr. said. That is quite a sentence in the wake of. Let's see. The tone darkens as Don Jr. celebrates Kyle Rittenhouse and justifies violence by labeling opponents pedophiles, a reoccurring theme used to dehumanize them. Welp. James Lindsay, my nemesis / recent ally. Yeah, why'd you have to go and cheat, Radical Coder? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. James Lindsay says the communists have a handshake agreement with the pedophiles, apparently. In a panel on cultural Marxism, James Lindsay delivers a bizarre theory blending complex academic terms with baseless, paranoid conspiracies about queer theory and pedophilia. Matt Gaetz, hey, speaking of people interested in underage women, Matt Gaetz says the radical left today deserves confrontation and contempt and condemnation, not civility. So this is the peaceful right fighting against the radical left by saying they deserve confrontation and contempt and condemnation, not civility. Curious. Gaetz focuses on retribution. The goal isn't policy, but punishment and spectacle. He explicitly states that politics is performance, asking not if representatives are performers, but for whom they perform. Polygraph says, I didn't look at the options and make a selection. I researched my understanding and discovered where it led me. Me too. I think. More or less. I'd like to think that's what happened anyway. Day 3, the dissociation. Benny Johnson, man, lots of big names here. Benny Johnson of Tenet Media fame says conservatives are sexy. He says libs are not sexy. Oh, hello. I guess I'm left of liberal, so maybe there's something to that. He says conservatives are sexy. We are the sexy, happy parents of America. That's a wild sentence. Hey, Bong and stuff. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, good evening. Benny Johnson's speech is the peak of head empty just vibes. Politics is reduced to a high school popularity contest completely detached from material reality. Polygraph says they want things they don't like to appear like a choice, so it's a personal failure and you can just fix it. True. Oh, I also just realized how clipped this whole thing is. So let's fix that a little bit. Oh yeah? Is that so, Umbreon? You don't have to scream. We have one of those little robot things that cleans the floor. What do you call them? Little circle dudes, little vacuum guys. And it just started, so I'm freaked out for a second. Politics is reduced to completely detached from material reality. At one point, James O'Keefe, man, the stars just keep showing up. At one point, James O'Keefe, Project Veritas, right? That's the Project Veritas guy. Roomba, yeah, it's like a dog. No, a Roomba. I mean, it's not like a. I think Roomba is like a brand name, right? But it's like a Roomba anyway. It's Roomba-esque. At one point, James O'Keefe appeared in a 20-minute musical about his own life. Dancers were hired. Rehearsal space was rented. Love this. This is all 3 years ago, by the way. For those who are just joining us, we clicked on Melanie posted this video in Discord. It's the Charlie Kirk and Head Empty Fascism video that Carlos Maza made 3 years ago, and we made an app demonstrating the info because I didn't want to sit there an hour. Also, good to see you, Defnot. My dream robot scared the cats at first, but now they walk right next to it. Yeah, we have 3 cats out there, and they seem to be adjusting to it, like at a reasonable rate. And then we have Ted Cruz. Subscribe to my podcast. No, subscribe to my podcast, which is not a podcast, but a YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, Kyle Rittenhouse as well. It needs to learn to clean up his poo biscuits. Yeah, well, actually, that's kind of an issue. Is if he poops, then it's probably just going to smear it. I think it has like a mop attachment, but I don't think we have it set up currently. And even if we did, I feel like it would still just smear his poop. So that would be not good. Kyle Rittenhouse says accountability may be coming. I'd be on the lookout. Just a month after his acquittal, Rittenhouse is welcomed on stage to a standing ovation. He is now a hero, promising revenge on the media, embodying the movement's embrace of political violence. This is a very interesting artifact that we're creating here. So Ted Cruz and his podcast. How many radical leftists does it take to screw in a light bulb? That's not funny. What? One of the most powerful senators delivers a speech that quickly devolves into bad stand-up comedy and a desperate plea for the audience to subscribe to his podcast, The Ultimate Performance Over Substance. By the way, subscribe to the Radical Coder YouTube channel and also get a Radical Coder channel membership so that you can use the Radical Coder channel emotes. We have the best emotes in the game. I mean, have you seen our emotes? Come on. Spam with some emotes. My members, show them what you got. Show them how we got the best emotes. Look at them. Here's just a few. And here's a few more. Jesus Christ, Cop Watcher. Oh, man. Oh, I just saw Ali sent me a video of apparently Erica before she was with Charlie. Interesting. I'll have to check that out momentarily. Let's finish this first. By the way, we have 2 minutes left to reach our goal. We're raising money for DebateCon. Almighty Nate came in earlier with $100 super chat. Shout out again to Almighty Nate for supporting the channel. Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, we are raising money for DebateCon, where me and Umbreon will go and I guess debate people and stuff. CK footage is greater than Umbreon poo versus Roomba footage. Yeah, that's probably true. Although both are pretty disturbing and traumatizing. So, by the way, make sure you like the stream while you're at it. Umbreon. You don't want to go out there. You're gonna be scared. Day 4. Pray your God saves you. Let's check out what Charlie Kirk's solution was. Now we say to young people, you're wonderful and America is terrible. Kirk addresses the real despair of the younger generation but offers no systemic solutions. His answers are purely individual. Read the Bible, use your phone less, start a business, and listen to his podcast. So use your phone less except for to listen to his podcast. Yeah, that's right. We got a big hundo from Big Almighty Nate. We love Almighty Nate. Thank you again, Almighty Nate. We cannot thank you enough. Problems are social, but his solutions are personal. There's something to that. The pillars of head empty fascism. Philosopher Jason Stanley outlines 10 pillars of fascist thinking. They were all present at America Fest. This wasn't about policy. It was about laying the groundwork for rejecting democracy itself. So an obsession with law and order, hatred of intellectuals, a sense of victimhood, a paranoia of predators, fear of cities, us versus them mentality, a mythic past, propaganda, anti-intellectualism, hierarchy. There we go. Things to think about. The function of spectacle. Fascist propaganda takes the anger that should be directed at the ruling class and launches it flaccidly, that's a great word, flaccidly, in the wrong direction. The conference was full of anti-elite rhetoric, yet sponsored by billionaires. This is the core of head empty fascism. Yeah, let's read that again. The conference was full of anti-elite rhetoric, yet sponsored by billionaires. MAGA in a nutshell, for real. K is an uncle. That's right. Unk. We got KO Unk. We love KO Unk here. Congrats, buddy. This is the core of head empty fascism. It co-opts revolutionary anger and channels it towards meaningless cultural battles, ensuring the wealthy elites who fund the movement are never threatened. What can be done? What we need is a better story, a better them for us to rage against. The video argues that vibes and stories matter more than facts. The left needs to offer a compelling counter-narrative that directs anger at the actual ruling class. The solution proposed is not civility, but a channeled rage, a good old-fashioned class war. All right. Well, there you go. Shout out to Carlos Maza. And we didn't have to watch an hour-long video. Instead, we got to do an interactive experience. Kirk reincarnated? Perhaps. No, so this was just, again, this was a 3-year-old video. And for those who aren't aware of what the tug of war thing is up here, if you type left or right in your chat, you can actually write other stuff in the message, right? You can write other shit in there, but if you type left or right as part of your message, it will tug the tug of war, the little white line will move from the left or the right depending on what your chat says. Try it out. Try it out if you're just trying to see. You don't believe me? You think I'm lying to you? If you think I'm lying, if you think Radical Coder would sit here and lie to you about that, you got another thing coming. Type left or right in the chat and you'll see. I'm not a liar. Did it work? I actually don't know if it worked. Here, let me try Here, let me pull my chat over here so I can experiment a bit. Don't bother, it's rigged. Maybe left. It did not. Is it not moving anymore? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, guys. I guess I was lying. Man, I just got wrecked in real time. All right, let's see. Let's see. Why is it broken? Let's stop it, clear it, and start again. Okay, try again. Polygraph says, just saw a vid of... Okay, now it's working. Just saw a vid of Patriot Front protesting in HB. And they are wearing, I kid you not, National Socialism shirts. Wild. Wild. Okay, it's working now. Radical Bo Jiden. Radical Coder rigged it, just like the Radical Dems in 2020. Many such cases. All right, yeah, there we go. Here we go. Wait, let's see. Test left. Yes, even if you just have, yeah, so if you have left at all or right. So you can write, like, you can still, like, type other messages to each other and to me. Like, you can still ask, I'm sorry, Cob Washer. Yeah, we got a soft reset of the game. But you can still type your messages and add in left or right randomly. I wonder if I say, like, left, I imagine it's not, it's only going to pull it once. Yeah, it's only once. Okay. I have other games, but I kind of want to get this one. I want to reach completion with this game first. And then there's a boss battle where you can like battle Umbreon, which is cute. Bong and stuff says up, down, left, right, down, up, left, 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 right. I don't know what'll happen. Radical Coder is the worst boss I've ever had. That's brutal. It's pretty rough out here. Oh, let's check out the video that Ali sent. Here we go. Erica Kirk, before she was Erica Kirk. She was a contestant for Miss Arizona, apparently.
I love to work out. I love to spend time with my family. I love to play with my dogs and sometimes with my cats if they can play. In college, I played for the NCAA Division II Regis University women's basketball team. I have played basketball since I was 5. Super tomboy. Didn't like dresses. Everyone thought I was a little boy because I wore Jordan and all these different types of...
Confirmed trans. That means that means she's trans. Or he's trans. Confirmed.
Athletic clothes, and I was just a baller.
I shouldn't joke. She just lost her husband. Should I be taking this more seriously?
Amazing genetics, so thanks, Mom and Dad. I just...
Not the genes. Incredible pause. Not the genes.
had a little late blooming period, I guess you could say, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
Did she win? I'm exercising free speech. Yeah, but I don't want to get put on a list. I'm sure they already put me on a list after all the shit they've been saying about me. Like, all the people in the spheres have been, like, saying that I'm justifying what happened and all this shit. In gallows humor. Yeah. My thought crimes. Charlie would want it? Maybe. Maybe. That's fair. There's something to that. Ooh. We got 6 minutes ago. We had a new Pondering Politics video. Man, Glenn is still going. Look at this insane fucking thumbnail, by the way, from Glenn's channel. Does America have a trans problem? And it's a bunch of trans people with guns. Like, what an insane fucking thumbnail. Look, you were driving me crazy. You're driving me crazy. Brianna's gonna get beat up by the Roomba. Is it even still working? Did it pause again? Did it get stuck again? I wonder. Let me see. Where's my chat? Oh, here. ASMR featuring Umbreon's groaning, true. Right. I'm helping. I just want to finish it so we can do another. I don't know why I'm typing it every time. I could just like copy and paste it, right? We're so close. We're so close. All right, finish this off, guys. You're in charge now. Oh, I didn't realize the goal ended. Let's do another one. Umbreon gets a treat. I get to go to DebateCon and eat Taco Bell. Help me support my Taco Bell addiction. Yes, dono money for more ASMR of random noises from Comrade Umbreon. Yes, indeed. KO Dave coming in with the left out of left field. Uh-oh. Are we about to win? Look at that. Look at that. Right wins. The right wins. All right, guys. Okay. You won. It's over. All right. Let's test out. We have another game. We have other games, okay? Good job, everyone. I think Umbreon's barking at the, here. So, there are... Hey, why are you barking? No one's here. Are you barking at that thing? You're barking at the Roomba? It's okay. That escalated quickly. The fascists win. Yeah, you guys just let the fascists win. I can't believe you did that. All right, so let's try this one. Start. We now have a boss battle, an Umbreon boss battle. All right, the way, yeah, so if you can see, it says attack with exclamation point hit. With like 5, it should do 5 damage. Yes. And POW, does POW like heal it? I guess not. Wait, I can't tell. Poop soup. Bong stuff did hit 500. That's crazy. I don't know if POW heals it or does damage as well. I guess it... I think there might be a limit of how much you can do. I think you can only like do from like can I do 20 damage at once? No, it doesn't seem to. I think it might just be like up to 10 at once. We need like a heal command. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I like that, Abe. There you go. Abe got the message, but I haven't set that up yet. Let me try that real quick. Or try adding that. So add. Let's upgrade the boss minigame. Add a heal command. Is it still going? Polygraph says, I will give you a quick variation that gives people more and less control. What do you got in mind? Consider using letters in the words people type to push it right or left. Interesting. Oh wait, did it crash? Hang on. Oh, it's broke. So it's paused right now because I'm changing the code. So sorry, the game is currently paused. But what we can do is I can show you the demos. So there's also a race. Here's the race. You can see just a demo here. There's like an emoji race. We have the tug of war, which we've already seen. But here's how it looks in like if we had like a super active chat, it might be going crazy like this. That could be pretty fun. You know, if we get a big viewership numbers, you know, like the stream and help us we can have more fun with exciting games like this. I mean, think about this, okay? You guys are here. You guys are like the day oneers, okay? You're here at the very beginning. You're seeing these very early versions of these. Imagine these games like a year from now. Imagine these games 2 years from now. Imagine we have like full 3D animations of the events being played. Is that good for chat though? One word spam? Probably not. I don't think so. But that's what I'm saying. It's just like, I'm just playing with the concepts, right? I'm just trying to like see how it works in general. We can also do polls. So here's like a demo. The volume of the chat probably helps the channel to some degree. Yeah, probably. I think spam probably makes it more annoying for people to have like conversations between each other. This is cool. Hey, Gorilla Biscuits. I'm just showing off the other mini games that we have here. So there's like a quick attack. Yeah, we defeated Umbreon real quick. Yeah, it's basically this says 5 right now. How about a typing test type dealy where each cycle changes the word for left right? Interesting. Typing test type dealy where each cycle changes the word for left right. Other ideas are like an RPG game that is stream over stream. Ooh, I like that. So like we gain XP, like chatters. Actually, I love that. Like I can give you guys like chatter levels like that can be tracked on screen. Like and your little like your accounts could show up like in the chat. Like you can give yourself classes. Oh my gosh, y'all. Probably limit it to 1 word or vote per chatter if that's possible. That is an idea. Yeah, a lot of stuff like that. I like what you guys are saying. I will so I always take my streams like after the fact and I run the transcripts through ChatGPT to get like a beat for beat reflection and just to kind of parse through like what I talked about. Like one of the things that I thought that ChatGPT made a suggestion to me in my last Good Morning stream. It pointed out that, you know, the moment where I called Paige a extremely dumb and barely sentient was a little bit a little bit clashing with my otherwise humanizing rhetoric. And, you know, I was reflecting on whether or not I should call her dumb, even though I think she's kind of dumb. So I'm trying to be nicer. I'm going to try to be a nicer coder, okay? All right, the game is back online. We're going to test out the new all right, chat should be back online now. You are learning how the media manipulates you. Good job. True. That's something to think about on the left, frankly. Hello, Cusco. Here, buddy. It's okay. I was trying to grab the cat, but he ran away. But yeah, good to see you, Mr. Bill. I'm learning how the media manipulates me. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that, but I appreciate you saying something. Let's test out the new boss battle. So, settings, heals. Yeah, okay. Start. All right. So you can now attack Umbreon. Attack with exclamation point hit, or heal with exclamation point heal. Yes, it works. Dope. That's kind of fun. All right, Bongin. All right, chill with the spamming. I need to change it so it doesn't let you guys like you can't, like, your message shouldn't go through twice until someone else sends one. Something like that. Short Stack, we're playing. I'm basically building mini games for the chat to play, and so right now we're working on this mini boss game, or this mini game, this boss battle mini game is what I'm saying. So you can use exclamation point POW or exclamation point hit to do damage to Umbreon. Yes, we're beating the doggo. That's right. Although, interesting. POW... Does POW do double? I wonder. Make sure to not ignore preferred names, Ryan, or leftists will disown you. Well, I don't do that, so I'm not worried about it. And I also don't really care if the leftists disown me. I'll find my people. My people will find me. I'm not going to please everyone. Kung Fu Kenny said it best, you know? He said, understand, everybody ain't gonna like you. That was real. He was real for that. Let's see. Kung Fu Kenny Powers? No, Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lemur. Let's check out this Pondering Politics video.
As we continue to cover the political fallout and ramifications of the brutal assassination of Charlie Kirk, this one is particularly stunning because it's a MAGA Republican congressman who is publicly threatening his own district, publicly holding it hostage, saying that he will work to defund it unless one person in his district is fired for exercising her free speech right to make really callous comments about Kirk's assassination.
So what does he say? He said, I represent Ellsworth in Congress. It is a beautiful town full of wonderful people, except this one. I will be working to remove all federal funding, including grants and community-directed projects for the entire city of Ellsworth, unless this is rectified immediately. What a fucking nutter, dude. Holy shit.
Talk about cutting your nose off to spite your face. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. I saw this and I was stunned. I'm like, of all the responses, this one, again, not necessarily the worst, but I guess in some ways it is. I've not seen something like this before. So this is Derek Van Orden. This is what he publicly posted on social media. He says, I represent Ellsworth in Congress. It's a beautiful town full of wonderful people, except this one. I will be working to remove all federal funding, including grants and community-directed projects for the entire city of Ellsworth, unless this is rectified immediately. And
the kitty cat's named Cusco, by the way, Emperor Cusco. He used to attack me every time he saw me. He would like howl and screech and scratch my legs. He was a demon cat. Christine says, I can barely keep up with the stream, let alone throw a game on top of it. Well, you don't have to play the game, but like you can play the game. That's what's fun about it. You don't have to play, but you can. You can hit my dog in the chat, right? Congratulations, everybody.
And it's in response to Libs of TikTok, who says, teacher at Ellsworth Elementary School District in Wisconsin. Quote, he spewed hate. You can't be upset that he died. Imagine this person teaching your kids. So in response to this teacher expressing her opinion, no matter how callous you may find it, which is protected by the First Amendment of the Constitution, her representative, a guy who represents the entire town, is saying, hey, I'm going to cut funding from the entire town unless this is rectified immediately. He is holding his district hostage. He is holding a town in his district, to be more precise, hostage because of the actions of one person. Not even the actions, the words of one person that he doesn't like. That is shocking.
So fucking wild.
Mehdi Hassan, friend of the show and progressive journalist, says, Republican congressman bragging here that he will collectively punish his constituents in a town in his district in order to punish one single person for exercising her free speech rights under the First.
It's distracting me from the stream, is what I'm saying. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to distract you, Christine. Everyone, F's in chat for Christine's attention span. Didn't your big brother Destiny come from a conservative family? I come from a conservative family. Myself.
Amendment. I'm going to play another thing about Derek Van Orden in just a second, but I'm curious. I want to read some responses to this. Let's gauge the real-time public reaction. Okay, says one Twitter user, in response to Derek Van Orden, which we actually covered this a long time ago. He responded, yes, to 17 million people just lost health care. 18 million kids just lost school meals. 3 million.
He said, yes, all in caps, to 17 million people lost healthcare, 18 million kids lost school meals, 3 million Americans just lost food assistance. And he says, yes, yay. Yay, I hate when kids eat lunch.
3 million Americans just lost food assistance. He said yes in response to this, and actually ended up having to publicly apologize. This you miserable old sack of shit. Wasn't Charlie a big component? I think they meant proponent of free speech. Look who's running the cancel culture now, you fraud.
True.
Libs of TikTok responds with thank you. So Libs of TikTok is thanking Van Orden for holding his district and his town responsible and threatening to punish them. Paraphrase, I will collectively punish a whole area for one person exercising free speech. Republicans don't conserve anything. They just stop progress. With very little to due respect, your threat is preposterous. What happened to, quote, I may not like what she said, but I'll defend to the death her right to say it. Review the First Amendment.
All right, we get it. Pretty disturbing stuff. Do we want to finish the whole video? I don't know if I care enough. Maybe I should. Hello, Umbi. Yeah, let's finish it.
He pronounced and stood for the biblical values that made America great. If that steps on your toes, then you have a problem. So I'm not sure if that's in response to the person that Van Orden's responding to, or to Van Orden himself.
Talking about Kirk.
Of course, then you have some expressions of support. She has no business being around children of any age. Thank you. Is she not exercising her free speech rights? And again, so it just goes on. Like, obviously,
what was it she said? By the way, did he mention that? Did he what's the thing she said? Wait, what was the? If a Republican is over your district, it's already defunded. It's probably true.
Obviously, mixed reviews here. Now, I also have footage in the immediate aftermath of Kirk's assassination. This is Van Orden himself wearing what looks like an Indiana Jones villain hat. Like, I feel like he's the bad guy in the first or third Indiana Jones movie. Blaming the press. It's the press's fault, Van Orden says, for Kirk's assassination.
What was it, Bung and stuff? I must have missed him saying it. But do you remember, you don't have to do, verbatim, but, a rough, if you remember.
Every one of you. You're complicit in the attempted assassination of Donald Trump twice. You bear. Just be quiet. You
Damn. Damn. Wait, what?
You are. You're complicit in the attempted assassination of Donald Trump twice. You
don't
bear.
know who the
Just be
killer is.
quiet. You are responsible for this because you are echoing the horrifically horrible political violent rhetoric that's being produced by the Democrat Party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this guy is obviously frothing at the mouth. He can barely articulate a sentence. He's not good. Okay, it's not good. So
basically that he was spewing hate, so it made sense. Basically, okay. So kind of
Let's read
what a
some
lot of people are saying, more or less, for better or for worse.
commentary from a major publication in Wisconsin. After Charlie Kirk assassination, Wisconsin Representative Derek Van Orden fans the flames. This is him, by the way. Fruitless thoughts and prayers, familiar calls for de-escalating toxic partisanship, promises to do something about teen mental health crises, violent video games, the epidemic of alienation and hopelessness. By now, we are all accustomed to the ritual reactions to the routine incidents of horrific gun violence.
Mr. Bill says, you think the radical left will overreact on Tuesday after charges get filed? Why would we overreact? Wait. Overreact to what? You think we don't want charges filed? Against the person who murdered someone? What will we react? What do you think is going on, Mr. Bill? Are you lost, sir? Like, what kind of question? I'm flabbergasted by this question. But okay. I'm the radical left, KO Dave. I am. And you all are. Joseph said they will start a GoFundMe for him or something soulless. What, the left? Yeah, time for beg grandpa. Maybe they got confused about no cash bail. Yeah, maybe.
It's a player country, like no other wealthy nation on earth, where firearms are the leading cause of death for children. But if the usual feckless responses to gun violence are maddening in a country that can't get its act together to pass even marginal, common sense gun safety measures, the reaction of Wisconsin U.S. Representative Derek Van Orden to the hideous assassination of right-wing provocateur Charlie Kirk this week was downright reprehensible. As soon as the news broke that Kirk was shot while on stage at the Utah Valley University, Van Orden began a stream of increasingly unhinged social media posts blaming Democrats and the media for the murder and declaring, quote, the gloves are off.
The gloves are off. These are elected Republican officials saying the gloves are off. I'm sorry. Unelected government official. An elected Republican official said the gloves are off. Joseph, you think the left, the radical left or whatever, you think they're going to start a GoFundMe to get him out? Maybe. I don't know who's going to donate to it.
Quote, the left-wing political violence must...
They actually did this? They had a crypto coin launched within 2 hours of his death? That's crazy. They did it for Luigi? I think the Luigi thing is it feels a little bit different. But maybe, you know?
This must stop.
I mean, they're
now.
both pretty fucked
The
up.
left and their policies are leading America into civil war, and they want...
Yeah, I know. I got you, bone and stuff. I see what you're saying.
Just like the Democrat Party wanted our first civil war. Contrast this with the statements from other Wisconsin politicians. It goes into how Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin said there's no two ways about this. Political violence has no place in America. And keeping Charlie...
Actually, that would be a GoFundMe. That's a good point, polygraph lie detector.
And his family in my thoughts in this truly horrifying moment. Another Wisconsin Republican, Tony Wyde, says, quote, there's absolutely zero place for political violence in our country. Democratic Wisconsin Senator Tony Evers says, violence against anyone because of their political beliefs is wrong. Violence against others is wrong. Violence is never the answer for resolving our differences or disagreements. Wisconsin joins in praying for Charlie Kirk and the Utah Valley community and first responders. None of these statements mollified Van Orden, who told reporters at the U.S. Capitol, every one of you is responsible.
Every one of you is responsible for Kirk's death, he said. Told reporters in the U.S. Capitol, he said, every one of you is responsible for Kirk's death. Dude, so psychotic. What a crazy thing to say.
For Kirk's death. Posting a news clip of Democratic Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, who called for the nation to de-escalate political violence and come together, Van Orden wrote, too late, you have sown the wind. Quote,
too late, you have sown the wind. You've sown the wind. Too late. We can't calls for de-escalation are responded with too late. You have sown the wind. Yeah, I don't think I would donate either, even if I could afford it. You should try it. Try what? I'm sorry. A GoFundMe?
Quote, I'm not sure they understand what they have done, Van Orden ranted. Quote, they missed in Butler, but it is on now. Never mind that in Butler, Pennsylvania, the would-be assassin who targeted Donald Trump was a registered Republican, or that as Van Orden spewed accusations against Democrats and journalists, the identity of the shooter who targeted.
Also, the shooter in Pennsylvania, like, he also was looking up like Biden rallies. Like, it didn't seem like he was like a if there had been a Biden rally that day, then he probably would have shot at Biden that day. Like,
who targeted Charlie Kirk was still unknown at the time. And then, of course, it quotes how Van Orden was like, knock it off, you be quiet. Actually, it's Van Orden who needs to knock it off. Seizing on political violence to try to stoke more political violence is as dangerous as it is disgusting. After the horrible double murder of Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark, Van Orden falsely characterized the suspected shooter, a right-wing religious fanatic, whose list of intended targets included Democrats and abortion providers, as an anti-Trump protester who decided to murder and attempt to murder some politicians that were not far left enough for them. He seems to revel in the prospect of more violence. And so it goes on like this, but they make a really compelling case that this guy is friggin' nuts. Axios reported on it as well. Congress' civility crisis erupts over Charlie Kirk shooting. At Derek Van Orden here, again, looking like, I don't know, my name is Jefferson Beauregard Van Orden. And he's like, he's just, I don't know, he's like a second-tier bad guy in Django Unchained or something. Just insane. Let's see here what it has about him. Yeah, he's at the Capitol Unchained.
Josiah's media roasts are pretty solid, I gotta say.
January 6th and has a history of angry outbursts, put it mildly, repeatedly snapped at reporters and accused the mainstream press and Democrats of being responsible in the shooting. And so, yeah, here's the point. We're going to, as we continue to gauge reaction, again, I've got to say, I'm sorry, the asymmetry is there. Every prominent Democrat, and certainly every elected Democratic leader, has unequivocally condemned the violence. And yet we're seeing a number of high-profile Republicans and elected Republican leaders like Derek Van Orden actually do the opposite. And, again, threatening your own district and a city in particular in your own district that you're just going to defund the entire thing.
So is that same guy, yeah. That's crazy. Copwatcher said CKDS or Charlie Kirk derangement syndrome is real, and it's Republicans treating him like a war hero or a god. Yeah, we got to be honest. You know, Kirk was no angel. Okay, he was no angel. Polygraph says 20 to 30% of the population accepting and propagating lies as a default is obviously a massive issue. Yeah, for real. What was his greatest accomplishment? Real question. Interesting question. Mr. Bill says, you hang out in all these right-wing spaces, but you keep showing you don't understand the right, in my opinion. What is it that I'm failing to understand? Why don't you help me? Help me out, Mr. Bill. Teach me the ways. Kirk was not a saint.
Entire thing, you're collectively punish the men, women, and children for the words, not actual acts of violence, but the words, no matter how callous, of a single person in that district. That is insane. I have never seen anything like that before from Republicans or Democrats, and he has pioneered a new act of pettiness and partisan cruelty. In the meantime, let me know what you...
Yeah, you're going to defend that, Bill? Do you think you're going to defend this Republican lawmaker threatening to defund an entire district or an entire town or whatever, the entire city, because one person used their free speech to say something nasty? When I think of the right, I picture Trump mocking a reporter, says Polygraph. Oh, I don't remember. That's what he said, right? Oh, boy. Oh, shit. Sitch and Adam are talking to Wick and Tolly at 4 p.m.? Notification on. Wait, Charlie Kirk vs. Groyper's compilation. 40 minutes long. This is from 5 years ago.
which is more aid than... Question. So from America First perspective, why do we give $3.8 billion to Israel, which is more aid than we've given to Africa, more aid than we've given to South America, and more aid than we've given to the Caribbean combined, which is home to 1 billion poor people, especially when they deliberately attacked the USS Liberty in the 1970s?
That is incorrect. Do not peddle conspiracy theories in our event. That is not acceptable. Do not say that.
Okay, Dean Rusk disagrees with you, and he was the Secretary of State at the time, but that's fine.
I never myself accepted the Israeli reported explanation.
I've heard mixed information about the Liberty stuff. I don't know like the reality of it. Does anyone have like a good understanding of the Liberty thing? I feel like it's more nuanced than it's been presented by the Grapers, if you can imagine it. Polygraph says, when I think of the right, I picture... Oh, wait, we already said that one. Sorry, did I say passing? I mean blocking. Oh, I think of them fist bumping after blocking the PACT Act. Gorilla Biscuits said... Oh, okay, you're talking to Christine. I won't interrupt. We're not gonna like watch this whole 40 minutes, of course, but let's do our transcript. Give a slightly simpler one, breaking down the war between the Groypers and Turning Point. Exemplified in this 5-year-old video transcript. He's being treated like a... Wait, the dog just barked Trump 2028? Yeah, I'm sure. Cobb Watcher says he's being treated like a former U.S. president. J.D. Vance carrying the casket, proposing building Charlie Kirk statues, getting Charlie Kirk critics fired. Yeah, for sure. Short Stack says they were at war. The Liberty was in a war zone. They thought it was an Egyptian vessel or something. Okay. Yeah, I've heard... Yeah, this is before GPS time. Yeah. I've just heard such... It feels like such a... I don't know. Just it's hard to trust any information about stuff like that I hear, so... That sounds like a more reasonable take than what I've heard from almost anybody else, so thank you for that. Let's see. TPUSA versus the Groypers. The Groyper position on Israel is the U.S. aid to Israel is not America first. They question why the U.S. sends billions in foreign aid to Israel, a wealthy nation, while domestic problems persist. They often cite controversial historical events like the USS Liberty incident as evidence that Israel is not a reliable ally. That's what we just heard. TPUSA says Israel is a crucial democratic ally. Charlie Kirk defends the alliance, stating that foreign aid requires Israel to buy American-made weaponry, thus supporting U.S. jobs. He frames Israel as the sole democracy in the Middle East and a key partner against terrorism, dismissing criticism as conspiracy or bigotry. Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East. I will not apologize for my defense of our greatest ally in the Middle East, said Kirk. This is too much. I don't want to read all this. Do we care about this? Actually, no. It is interesting. Even though I don't think the guy was a Groyper at this point. I've changed my, but I guess it's still interesting. I'm just gonna read the headline, or the headings of these. So the Groyper position is demographic change will destroy America. The TPUSA response is pro-legal merit-based immigration is the answer. Groypers argue that conservative movement must be explicitly Christian and socially traditional. TPUSA says the movement should be a big tent based on individual dignity. Man, what happened? I feel like there's no way that Kirk Holt would be saying the same stuff now. Is this? Groyper position was TPUSA is hypocritical and silences dissent. TPUSA says we do not debate trolls. Well, there you go. Only Mr. Bill says religious groups and organizations will feel energized for weeks. Poor coder. Why is that poor coder? I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. But what does that have to do with the question that I asked, which is whether or not you think it's okay that a Republican elected official is withholding funds from an entire city based on one person making comments he doesn't like. Please explain why you are in favor of that. Or are you willing to condemn it? You guys are really protecting Umbreon right now. I'm gonna do some damage. We got a pow. We got a pow pow. Yeah. Pow. 10. I'm doing some damage. You guys gotta save my boy. Umbreon's mad because Cusco has wandered into the room. Hang on a second. Get out of here. No Cuscos. He's a good dog. He knows Cusco's not supposed to be in here, so he screams at him. Damn, you guys are doing... Wait, I'm going to heal him now. Interesting. I feel like it only healed 5. Cusco. Cusco. As in the Emperor. Cusco. Emperor Cusco. Cusco. This one. This guy. With some wacky names. We have Cusco, Katana, and Mr. President. Those are the 3 cats. Mr. President has a really long name actually, but I don't remember it. It's like Mr. President B. Eisenhower the second or something goofy. It's some ridiculous long name. I'm sorry to my roommates for not remembering. There's some wacky cats. What is happening here? Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm a little tired, but I kind of really want to watch and react to that that Sitch and Adam thing when it goes live. Sith and Adam. It's in an hour. They're talking to Wick and Tolly. Friends of the stream, Wick and Tolly. You only see a dislike button? Hurting my heart. Do the cats just plot to kill the dog? A little bit. A little bit. What's up, Kaiser Gaming? The fascists are back, Ryan. Oh no. Not the fascists. Do they all get along? So Cusco, Mr. President, and Umbreon tend to get along really well. Katana, she likes her space, and she'll beat up Umbreon if he gets close to her. She also fights with the other cats, but they ask for it. Umbreon knows to keep his distance from Katana. She likes her space, so you know. Oh, just kidding. The fascists are not back. Well, what a relief. What a relief. I think what we're gonna do is we're maybe gonna take a break. I might end the stream, but we will probably go live again whenever this starts, and we'll watch Sitch and Adam talk to Tolly and Wick. Look at them. Look at all these super chats in Sitch and Adam's. Why aren't you guys doing this? Why aren't you guys spamming me with super chats like they're getting? Really, Sitch and Adam? These clowns? No, you have a good day, Kaiser Gaming. Do you play Marvel Rivals, Kaiser? Christine needs to know. Let's see. Playing Final Fantasy VI. Playing some Final Fantasy VI. We love that. I've been thinking about playing some like Pokemon games on stream or something. I was playing Pokemon Legends Arceus earlier because my save got deleted. Did you guys know about this? My save got deleted when I updated my Switch. Kaiser's son may be playing Marvel Rivals in his name, impersonating Kaiser Gaming. That's identity theft. Oh, I didn't see the goal ended. That's okay. We're going to end the stream momentarily anyway. Only Mr. Bill says you would rather have people taken off social media for quoting Fauci saying you don't need masks. I don't know what that has to do with the question of whether or not you think it's justified for an elected Republican official to withhold funding from an entire city because one person said something he does not like. I don't know what that has to do with that. Again, I think maybe you're having like an episode. It's actually not 2021 anymore, 2020. It is currently 2025, Mr. Bill. 2025. We're in 2025, Mr. Bill. 2025, sir. Kaiser Gaming says, yes, Final Fantasy VI is my favorite of all the Final Fantasy series, but I haven't played for almost a month because I'm doing a big living room remodel. Okay, love that. I haven't tested if my, I don't know if my Elgato will connect my Switch properly to my Mac Mini and like play it without. I think I tried it at one point and it was a little spotty. Maybe it did work. I can't remember. Doesn't matter, I guess. Let's see where I'm going to send you guys. Get your hearing checked. No, you get your hearing checked, Mr. Bill. The question, Mr. Bill, because you seem to have forgotten, is whether or not you think it's justified or good or bad or whatever. I want to know what you think about it. A Republican elected official withholding funds from a city because one woman said some shit he didn't like, used her First Amendment right to say some mean shit. Do you think that that's justified? Yes or no, Mr. Bill? Yes or no? The people need to know. Kind of said, Mr. Bill, my fellow fascist. It's funny. He can say children say stupid things all the time. It's not a child, Mr. Bill. Again, I feel like you're missing it's a Republican lawmaker. He's elected. They voted for him, and he represents people. And he's saying he's going to block funding for a city. He's trying to block federal funding for a city because a woman said something he doesn't like. He's not a child saying stupid things. He's an elected official who is attempt to, I mean, how many times I gotta say it? Maybe I'll just leave the stream running and like throw up some just like play through my Suno playlist or some shit. Or maybe I can like throw like an old debate on. I saw Nonfon doing that in his marathon stream. You guys want to watch an old radical coder debate? My conversation with Dalmatian Dog about gay mind control lasers. Oh man. Cusco. Get down from there. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, get him, boy. They not like us. That was a good one. That was a good conversation between me and Tom. Look at these thumbnails. I need to start posting more. These thumbnails banged. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna raid anybody. I think I'm just gonna end the stream. But we will go live again in like an hour. I just wanna chill for a bit. And we'll check out the Sitch and Adam versus Wiccan-Tali. Until then, drink some water. Like Umbreon just did. Good boy, yes you, good boy. Drink your water. I love you all deeply, personally, parasocially. Every single individual one of you. Especially you. Yeah, I think I'll take a little nappy nap. Just a little nappy nap. Oh, I just drank all that coffee, so my ADHD brain's like, oh, time to sleep. Thank you, Cop Watcher. I appreciate that. Thank you for telling me that I have the right to nap. My ADHD brain is ready to sleep now, so I will see you all in about an hour. Maybe I'll start like a little bit after they start, so I can like catch up